Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Knights of Last Call. My name is Derek Melendo, welcoming you back to an exciting episode of Root. Of course, it is August 22nd, 2023, and you just saw our announcement. We, the Knights of Last Call, have decided to move forward with NightCon, our first, hopefully first of many meetups, convention to get together with our fans and our patrons and play games and hang out and do workshops and seminars and just hang out and have a good time. Right now, we are going to create a sign up and see who's interested at what various price points so that we can figure out what the best option is for us to do. If we get enough people, then we can probably make different choices than if we only get a couple of people. But either way, I'm looking to do that quickly, and basically I'm basically going to put some money in, and classic Knights of Last Call behavior.
It is another way for us to spend money, which Derek was super excited about.
Right, we're finally making some money, right. So I'm going to basically put myself down for basically $20,000 deposit or something like that. So basically guarantee that I could be screwed over. Right. It'll be fantastic.
I'm calling 200 people. That's my call right now. That's what I'm saying. That's the number.
So again, details are going to be forthcoming, including the location. There've been several ideas that have been floated around, and all of those are pretty much up to.
Where are they going to be able to find out this new information?
London, I'm sure we can do a new panel, panel for you.
The best place is going to be to do that is going to be through our Discord, which has been part of our Patreon. Obviously, our patrons are going to have first crack. I have a couple different options. I have a preferred option of what I would like to do, and if I can get enough people that are interested, that is what I really want to do for the location. I want to get like a big 60, 70, 80 person mega cabin, and basically just have like a camp RPG.
I plan on running something for the 4 days for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
And I think we could, it'll be Northern Reaches season 3 at that time, and we'll be able to do a bunch of.
That's right, in person Northern Reaches games. You guys have been asking for it. Now we're gonna deliver. Trust me, there will be exclusive raid convention only drops. If you weren't there and you didn't get the drops, you're basically gimped for the rest of the season.
Is this gonna be like one of those raids that Ben did, where you got like 20 PCs in one game?
Well, I'm sure Ben will probably attend, but he's
true.
probably going to be running Call of Cthulhu.
That's right. That's right.
So, or at least AD&D.
Yeah. So again, there's going to be a couple different options as we sort of go through what works best for our size and our group. Obviously, if we get 20 or 30 people interested, then that's different than if we get like 50 or 60 people interested.
Right.
But it is something that we've prepared to do. I've done enough research to feel like this is comfortable, and yeah, so that's gonna be details coming forward.
It's gonna be sweet.
So again, if you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, I'm sure we'll talk about this on the Discord after the fact. But yeah, NightCon is coming. We're gonna try to do this right. We're gonna try to basically break even if we can, and basically take as much money as we make from this and put it back into it. Whether that means awesome, locale, sweet swag bags.
Yeah, maybe the swag bag might have an issue of BC3 in it.
Now, I actually want to see which one of our patrons plays like the most games over the 4 days.
You do like check-ins.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying, we got people that grind Northern Reaches for like multiple times a day.
Hang on, we gotta be careful with that. Now, part of the fees is insurance, so we have to make sure, like, do we have to sign a waiver? Like, if someone plays for 48 hours straight, is that our problem?
Who's DMing? It might be their problem.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have some clauses in the insurance policy in case somebody croaks from gaming too much. But and just honestly, as with almost everything on this channel, it really came out of conversations with the patrons. And we've always joked about this and kind of talked about it in sort of more whimsical tones. But we were at Gen Con not that long ago, and I got to hang out with a bunch of patrons, including people like GM Scott and Boothby and Ryan and Mighty Dave was down there. And so it was like really cool to see all those people. Henry, there was just like really a good group of people. And one of the things that we kind of came away with was, man, Gen Con was a lot of fun. There was a ton of stuff to buy. There was amazing seminars, industry guests, that, wow, the guy who made Traveler, wow, Seth Skorkowski. But there really wasn't as much of an opportunity to just play games. I mean, sure, there were some people who like signed up for every single possible event, but then you're running around the complex and it's just kind of more of a stressful environment. And there was kind of a vibe of just, hey, we just kind of want to play games. And for me personally, it was kind of bittersweet because I went by myself. Obviously, I had my patrons there, but for many, many years, I went to these conventions with my friends. And it was so awesome to not just get there to play games, but to be surrounded by my, my favorite people and get to play games. Like that was kind of part of the parcel. And so I thought,
usually after like the first day or so of the hall, we would just grind out D&D games.
right, we would just play games with each other. And so I thought, well, you know what? I have this extended family. I have this extended community in the form of our patrons and in the form of our viewers. And so I thought this is a great opportunity for me to sort of maybe recapture some of that spirit and do it on our own terms and do it the way the Knights do it. So that is NightCon, and we're going to have some details forthcoming. But, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to hopefully get a rough head count of maybe who might be interested. And then I'm going to start shopping for places and putting down a deposit. So definitely let me know if you have thoughts, comments, or questions, because I'd love to hear them. All right, boys.
Cool.
That is that. We've got ourselves a situation here in the Woodland.
What's even going on in this game?
What is even going on in this game? I'm going to shoot over to the map real quick. So what we can see here is the developing picture of the Woodland, 12 clearings in total. Now, the primary belligerents in this war for control of the Woodland used to be the Marquisate, represented by the orange cat pieces, and the Airy dynasties, the forces of the Airy dynasties, marked by the blue birds. And the blue birds of the Airy dynasty were on a swift march to victory when the otters of the Riverfolk Company paid the members of the Vagabonds to infiltrate the town of Sundell and disrupt. That was the exact word.
Yeah.
Disrupt Airy presence. So instead, what they did was
Boom, I made a bridge.
they blew it, they nuked it into the ground, and they destroyed the roost and the base of operations of the Sundell. And the Airy dynasty basically has subsequently sworn revenge. They then made their way north through the woods to Patchwood, a sort of one of the last outlying sort of strongholds of the Marquisate, where they sought refuge from the cats, were kind of healed of some of their wounds and some of their issues. And then made their way to Underleaf.
Some of our issues. We still got a lot of issues.
You're right. Then they made their way to Underleaf because they had been previously also employed by the Marquisate to wipe out the Woodland Alliance leader in Underleaf. Because
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
No problems whatsoever.
So if you missed last time, a lot of stuff ended up happening.
Yeah, go back and watch it if you haven't.
Very briefly.
Socks, the brutal killer.
Yeah, very briefly.
Killed
What
so
happened
many.
is the group infiltrated Underleaf and immediately started trying to find their way in, can make a connection to the Woodland Alliance. Now, there was some reputation. Socks had previously killed a member of the Woodland Alliance, and but they were very charming and persuasive, and they managed to get information from a young squirrel member of the Woodland Alliance named Imogen, who agreed to set up a meeting between the unknown leader of the Woodland Alliance cell in Underleaf and the Vagabonds. Well, only 2 members of the Vagabonds actually showed up to this meeting. That had been Vance and Socks. And they began sort of having an honest conversation with Camdyn, a fox who was the leader of the
Dashing individual
of the Woodlands. And he seemed like a really passionate leader, but maybe a bit naive. Would be
incompetent.
Yeah.
The kind of person that might get himself killed.
Very affected by gravity.
Seemed like he
he
had
had
a lot
the
of
heart.
things dragging
He
him
had the
down.
heart of a true
A
believer.
lot of things dragging him down.
He had the heart of a true
Gravity
believer.
being one.
Meanwhile, so what ended up happening is Socks and Vance kind of ended up basically talking with this guy and saying, like, you're going to get all these people killed. The war is coming to your doorsteps.
Okay, so in my defense, I mean, the person that did get them all killed looked a lot like him.
That is true. You weren't that far off.
Mm.
So Socks basically said, look, hey, we're going to try to help you. We're going to try to make something out of this. But while that was happening, Lucius, the fox, had using his classic Lucius sort of con artist ways, had sort of finagled himself into an underground sect of fox worshipping, lizard cult worshipping foxes who are trying to create a lizard cult, underground lizard cult presence in
dime a
Underleaf.
dozen.
And that's because you met them at the barbershop?
No,
yeah,
at a bar.
at a bar.
No,
Oh, the
no,
bar.
at the
We were-
casino. You were gambling at the
No,
casino.
I was trying to find a place to gamble or a barbershop. We ended up finding a tavern in which I could go gamble at, but there were some foxes there.
And specifically,
It was a shadier part of town.
Yeah.
Bob has an ability as
Mhm.
part of his character playbook that allows him, when he's basically in like that kind of casual hangout situation, to get people to talk a little bit more than they normally would. So the foxes spilled the beans. So Lucius went there as a means, and Lucius is thinking, oh, this could be good for my money situation, but it could also be a great way. I'll just get these lizard cults to go kill the Woodland Alliance.
I thought it was an easy way.
So,
No-brainer.
Lucius murdered the lizard cult leader,
He was weak.
took over his position, and then ordered his newfound acolytes to assault the secret Woodland Alliance base, which, of course, Vance and Socks had just sort of kind of brokered an understanding and a peace. And just as that happened, Lucius's lizard cults showed up and began attacking and killing everyone. And in the midst of this swirling melee, Lucius came face to face with Camdyn, the Woodland Alliance leader, discovering it was his brother, who both thought was dead
That's right.
after the great fire. There
Who
was
doesn't love a family
a
reunion?
very quick conversation in which he basically didn't know who you were anymore, and your callous attitude sort of seemed to offend him. And then when you told him that you had brought the lizard cult to the Woodland Alliance, he basically said, I can't stand by this, and he attacked you. You guys went back and forth really quick, and then you're a vagabond, you're a little bit more skilled than he is. He eventually went over the edge of one of the great platforms in this kind of tree city. You caught him by the tail, and then, to quote chat,
Yeah.
you straight
Mufasa.
Mufasa'd him,
Yep.
and you let him
Straight
go.
up Mufasa.
Long live the king.
Long live the king. You dropped him
Long
to his
live the
death.
vagabond.
Meanwhile, back in the Woodland Alliance's secret headquarters, the Lizard Cult and the Woodland Alliance members were fighting and killing each other, and Socks and Vance basically had to fight their way, or Socks had to fight his way free. And just when it seemed like it was also, going to be fine, that's when it turns out that Artemis had, for whatever reason that Artemis does shit, planted another bomb, which exploded in the middle of the tree city, a high-yield incendiary device, and everyone had to flee for their lives. Underleaf, the city being built up in the trees, essentially burned down. Everyone fled for their lives. Socks had to go and do some heroic shit in order to save the people of Underleaf as best as he could, including, rather ironically, a kid. And
So that balances it out, right?
right, that's
how it works.
That's how it works.
Scales
Scales
and
aligned.
aligned.
You're like old school first edition D&D neutral, where you're like, I killed a person, so now I must save a person. Oh, I hope that old lady crossed the street. Now I must suffocate an old man. Neutral
True neutral.
balance, all things. To take one life, it's like some faceless men shit.
Mhm.
And the people of Underleaf sort of turned to Socks as sort of a, kind of a would-be
folk
leader.
hero.
Like the Woodland Alliance was dead, the town was destroyed, and they were looking to, and war is coming to their footsteps of their
You
town.
are the new Robin Hood.
So yeah, kind of a
That's
Robin
good.
Hood,
Yeah,
Robin Hood
yeah.
dashing figure. In fact, Smith, you changed one of your
Yes.
drives
Uh,
to folk hero.
turns out there's nothing in the force except war. So I got rid of discovery, and now I'm a folk hero.
Mm.
You discovered the war.
I discovered the war.
And as a result, the town was sort of kind of building up this little refugee camp. Bob came in because seeking
well, he had-
medical aid,
Well, and he had all of our equipment.
right? And to sort of remake. And Socks was very like, "Oh yeah, come on in, we'll get you healed. Take a seat, take a nap." And then as soon as Lucius laid down and closed his eyes, Socks informed us that he was going to be
Slitting his throat, I believe.
slitting his throat, is I believe what was said. We got a tip from Ben. We also
Yeah,
have
super chat.
Oh, I missed a couple of things. Okay, super chat from Gossamer, who said, "Just came for the announcement. Nikon will be legendary. Congrats. Will attend if I'm able. Signing off for now. Not caught up on route. Have fun. Also voting for FU his next live play."
Mhm, mhm. It's a heavy favorite right
yeah,
now.
that.
Then
I need too many votes for that.
we also have a $10 tip from Ben, who said, "Seeing Jason B with one hit point is too tempting a target. Have Merp," that's Middle Earth role playing for those of you who don't know. Have a fun sesh." Thank you, Ben. We appreciate it.
I could totally see like Ben killing Jason B.
Right.
Like, coup de grace.
Just infiltrating the coup de grace. And in
Mhm.
fact, the what you were doing was coup de grace Bob.
Yep.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah, basically.
in PBTA or in Root, when a character is given a golden opportunity, usually you just make the move that follows. You know, an example would be when Bob was like, "I want to kill this old man leader," and I was like, "Okay, he's just dead."
Yep.
Right. That's just what makes natural sense. None of the moves here apply. However, given that he is a vagabond, I thought it was best appropriate to allow Bob to trust fate and have a chance to not instantly be killed. Bob rolled a 6,
That's right.
which is a failure. But Nick, playing Vance, who has this sort of protector bodyguard relationship, basically said, "Can I have been there and aid him?"
Storming in, basically.
Storming in
saw it, yeah.
And so that is where we left off. As Socks pulls out a knife, he's about to kill Lucius, and then Vance comes barging into this sort of clearing in the middle of this like kind of refugee tent and shouts out like, "No! What are you doing?" And that is where he Kool-Aid Man saved Lucius. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no!
And that is where we left our cliffhanger. So that is where we're going to pick up. So, Lucius, you are on the cot.
Mhm.
Socks is standing above you, blade drawn. Vance, you're a couple of paces away, and you've just kind of bust in, and then we're at where we're at. So, all right, gentlemen. So, Nick, you come in.
Yes. Basically scream at him, "Stop. What are you doing?"
Looks pretty obvious what I'm about to do.
Why are you doing this? Then maybe I should rephrase the question.
Oh, that sounds exactly like that one move. It's like exactly asking, like, why are you doing this?
Oh,
yeah. Are you trying to
Please,
figure me
go to
out?
your role. Yeah. I'm trying to read a tense
What
situation.
does your
No,
character intend to do?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, sure. All right. All right, Nick, you're going to roll to figure someone out.
Okay.
So you're going to roll with charm.
Okay, I got one charm. Let's see.
All right. So what do you get?
That's cocked. Reroll that.
All right. 9.
All right. So you don't get 10, but you get to ask one question. Is your character telling the truth? What is your character really feeling? What does your character intend to do? What does your character wish I would do? Or how do I get your character to do blank? And
Oh, there's 2 good ones there.
Yeah. How do I get you to not slice this dude's
Well,
throat?
that's a fair question. No, that's it's like, how do I get your character? So, how do I get you Socks to not kill him? Or the other one that kind of makes sense is, what does your character intend to do to try to see, like, what? I guess
Well,
I
you know
kinda
what
see
I'm
the
intending
intention.
to do.
Yeah. All right. So I guess, yeah. How do I get your character to not slit his throat right
Okay.
now, basically?
And again, Aaron, for people at home, Aaron is very familiar with this. I'm really saying it for people at home. In Powered by the Apocalypse games, you have to say what honesty demands. This is a move, but by making it and rolling well and asking another PC, Aaron is honor bound and by the rules of the game to give a truthful statement. And maybe he doesn't actually know the answer to this, but now this is a time when we as a group can kind of figure out what the answer is to it. But he might have an answer. So,
Sure.
All right. So the question was, how do I get your character to not kill Lucius?
Okay, Mr. Nick. You
Okay.
need to tell me, and therefore the audience, why we should spare this person's life who just got done leading an assault against all of us, let alone
Not all of you.
the Woodland Alliance.
Well, we were hired to kill the Woodland Alliance, right? Or at least the leader, at least. So I
Oh,
guess.
you got to do some character though, because this is narrative.
Right. Aaron's telling you that.
I'm answering you,
But-
Nick.
okay.
But remember, you didn't
Okay.
like physically ask them that,
Right,
Right.
right,
You
right,
you're
right,
just
right,
sort of
right.
like reading the sense of the room. Like
Yeah,
you're
Socks is just like, what are you doing here? I'm gonna do just do a little
Fillet
cutty.
the fillet.
Just gonna use a little cutty.
Just some cut. Just a little cut.
So you get a sense that what he's basically is like he's mad.
Why
Like,
should
you
we,
know
basically,
why
why
I'm
should we
killing
try-
him.
Yeah,
Right,
Why
you-
should we try to
You
kill the
know
line?
that Socks feels betrayed, that Lucius led that lizard cult to assault the Woodland Alliance,
Okay.
where you all were, and they would have given the opportunity, killed you.
The Woodland. You mean the lizard
The
cult?
No,
lizard
the lizard
cult.
cult would have
Okay.
totally killed us, and Bob would have been totally fine with it. Lucius would have been.
Well, we
Bob
don't-
and Lucius would have been totally fine with that.
We don't know that because remember we are vagabonds, so we do have the training
Sorry.
basically to
Socks
do that.
believes that.
Okay, no, fair
Mm,
enough,
That's
fair
a
enough,
fair
fair enough.
point. That's a fair point.
So, look, why should we kill? Why should we kill? Why should we kill Lucius? No, why shouldn't we kill Lucius? Like, I understand that he brought the lizard folk to the meeting, basically. that was his version of trying to accomplish the mission.
Are you telling Aaron this, or are we?
I don't know how to play, how to do this RPG style like this, man. This is too meta for this.
I mean,
Basically, this doesn't make sense narratively for him to just go, "What are you doing? Like, stop! Why are you doing this?" Would be what he would kind of say, right? And then
all right,
Sox
fine, yeah.
would basically have an answer of,
Why wouldn't I?
I mean, why wouldn't you? What do you mean, why wouldn't you? What did he do that would cause it? So he led the lizard cult to us.
Yeah, he completely betrayed us and tried to murder us.
But he didn't try to do that.
Stop
to murder.
squirming.
He
I
didn't-
will not.
He didn't try to actually
It's an itch.
do that to attack us. That was to try and attack the Woodland Alliance, which is what our ultimate goal was.
A lizard fox worshiper definitely tried to shank me, man.
Do we know that for a fact? That
Yeah, I'm
you were
aware.
just-
I knew that for a fact as it stabs me.
actually, you got attacked by the lizard
I
cult.
was
too.
like,
Also,
wait a minute. Yeah,
you're
I was the one
bleeding.
who did- Yeah, understandable.
You
but-
both did.
Wait, me understand it. We should be. You
If
want to
it-
go in on this?
Yeah. All right, you take that leg. I'll take this one. If you should be mad at anybody, then why would you be mad at Artemis as well? Because he literally blew up the whole damn place.
That's a good point.
No
Actually,
offense, Artemis.
I
but
go
like-
slinking out of the back of the tent.
Now,
Now that I
Lucius,
think about it, how many people has Artemis killed?
So you're
so
saying
many.
yeah, right.
Well, but okay, but Artemis is so cute.
And the
Those
women and the children
eyes.
too.
No,
This
he took
guy's
out
just
the
an
kid.
asshole.
Now, Lucius at this point, you have not been run through with a sword. So, feel free to join this conversation if you'd like to. So you're sitting there, but the sword is still drawn and pointed your direction.
Does this mean I'm not going to get my stuff back?
Haven't decided yet.
How long have I slept? Do I get at least one exhaustion?
No.
I'm pretty sure you get a lot less sleep with a
Mark-
knife to your throat.
Mark a depletion. You just shit yourself.
Let me see if I can. I don't even know if I can handle
It's
that.
okay. He wore the brown pants.
I can handle that.
I mean,
And,
Like,
now
Actually,
the
do we
smell
wear
is here.
pants since we're animals, or are
Right.
we like Donald Duck?
Right? Are you like Donald Duck? Dad? You
Just
just
wear
wear
the
a shirt. Everything else is hanging out.
there's a visual.
That makes
for you,
sense for our
folks.
costumes.
We
that
have to
we
look at
have.
the art.
By the way, everybody, thank you so much for your support last week. We've got Nick here in his new Badger suit. Looks really good.
It's a little small, so I have to roll it up a little bit. They only had one size, apparently.
And of course, we've got Bob wearing his beautiful fox costume, Mr. Socks the Raccoon Ranger. And we do have a tip goal this week, which is to get Mr. Dirt, Artemis himself, into a hedgehog suit. And of course, as much as it pains me to admit,
What happens if all 4 player characters are in? Does it
An Earth
unlock?
elemental.
once he summons an earth elemental. In Dungeon Time Extreme, it would summon an earth elemental. But here,
Captain Planet shall come out.
if you manage to get all 4 of my players into costume, I, rather painfully, will make a tip goal to get Derek into costume. And we'll probably have the hype boss of that stream pick
Which faction?
animal
Nice.
I come in with. Lizard.
Yeah. We had some great ones:
Bird.
lizard, otter,
Lizard's so cool.
cat, eagle hybrid, the bear.
Bear, yeah, you could be
The bear
Clutcher.
was the one that I kind
The
of
bear
thought
was
the
a nice
best.
option
Yeah.
as well. So
So if you can find some yellow robes, that'd be pretty baller.
Loads of people
that
to show up.
medallion.
with
that
the
big
big
medallion.
medallion. Yeah, that'd be sweet. That is tonight's goal. And thank you again for all the support that we have for the show. All right. So, Bob,
Take out my claws. And I try to just underneath the knife, like sort of push it away from my throat as they're kind of talking.
I just push it down.
I just
I just let it
down.
go. It's like,
Like,
feisty.
I'm not even looking. I'm still looking at Vance. I'm just
It's like fighting me a bit.
stop scoring.
all right. Well, you guys seem to be at an impasse.
That's what I mean. It's like I don't understand why you're so
You never
hostile for
told me
this.
not to kill him
Oh, I told you. No, I'm asking you basically why are you killing him? You
because
shouldn't
he
be doing
betrayed
that.
us.
But you don't know that he did it to betray us. He was trying to
Don't
do it
kill
just to
me.
be
I
don't
the
care, he did
Woodland
it.
Alliance.
Well, he's right there. You could
All right.
ask him.
I'm gonna try to figure this guy
Okay.
out.
Oh, okay.
I
great.
look at him in the eyes and I go, "Did you betray us?"
Do you clear it on this one?
No, he's trying to figure you out.
Yeah, but Oh, you automatically get.
So I actually screwed up.
I'm
I said the
pretty
name of
sure
the
you're
move.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And so
you
I
said the
fixed
name
that
of the movie.
by asking you a question, which now triggers the move
Figured.
because I'm bad at this game. All right, so this is charmed, Eric.
This is charm.
Perfect. I'm terrible at this.
Wonderful.
All right. All right.
You
That's
are
a
very
4, so that's a
terrible.
3.
Right.
However, I'm a watcher, so when I
Yep.
figure them out, I hold 1.
That's
So you
right.
still get to ask one of the figure something out questions.
Right.
However, you did get a 6 minus. So
Right.
I do make a GM move.
Oh,
Does he get a +1 because Bob literally has a knife to his throat and he better answer correctly?
That's not how this game works.
That is not how this game works.
Doesn't get a +1 for duress.
No. All right, Smith, but you still, because you have a connection with him, you still get to ask him a question.
All right. So I asked him a question in game. So my question mechanically will be: is he telling the truth?
Got it.
so yeah, I would think so the idea is, did I try to kill you guys? No. So that is the truth.
Right.
My idea was to cause as much mayhem as possible and kill the Woodland Alliance, which was the goal to get the invisibility cloaks. And then I assume you guys would just survive because you guys aren't incompetent. And that guy had some cool loot that I took. So that was kind of sweet.
And he is sadly,
very money
sadly,
driven,
he
yes.
is. We know this because we watched.
they're
last- he is telling the truth.
All right.
100% factual.
All right. Sox takes the knife and then slices open the yellow robes that Lucius the Fox is wearing. Fine. Get me those bandages.
Nice. All right.
Ooh, a little tight, little tight.
I tend to his ones.
Very well. Very well.
You just pull him.
Literally no
Oh,
circulation.
yeah. It hurts.
Yeah. It's like there's no
So-
circulation.
Tell me when it hurts.
All
We're
right.
gonna have to cut that leg off.
So, the town, you can mark a depletion to restore somebody of 1 injury.
Oh, yeah.
As you guys
I
kind of
used to have more supplies, but then some asshole knocked them all over on the ground. Now they're all dirty.
Technically, you have all of our supplies still.
Yeah, you do.
No, I was
technically.
talking about because I'm in a field hospital, but I had to mark depletion.
He did knock a bunch
But
of stuff. yeah.
narratively, he came in and knocked a bunch of shit on the floor, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
use
yeah,
the
yeah.
dirty bandages now. So
correct.
I actually had to mark depletion because there's no supplies.
That's correct. Otherwise, I probably would have been like, all right, there's enough supplies to go
Right.
around, and everybody's just healed up a bunch. However, I didn't
well,
forget,
hopefully no one else needs to die because we're out.
but luckily, he rolled that 6 minus.
Oh, God.
So,
Uh-oh.
You're like looking over at dirt, which always makes you nervous.
You hear booms in the background.
no,
Not this time.
Imogen, the small
Mm.
young squirrel, comes running in, having survived the Woodland Alliance's one of the people who got out, Socks rescued from the Woodland Alliance, comes running in a panic. Socks, others.
Redcoats are coming.
The bluebirds are coming.
I
The
knew it.
bluebirds
I
are coming. Two acorns if by land.
That's pretty good.
1 apple if by air. One of our scouts just reported seeing an Airy Dynasty advanced scout overhead patrolling the area. The type that precedes a column of troops. The Airy Dynasty is marching. They've sent their forces from Fire Hollow to Underleaf. They'll be here within a day.
Quick, sound the raid sirens.
They got burned down.
No.
What do they
Was
want
it
with this
2/3
town? There's
of it?
nothing left here.
Is there a bridge into the city?
There technically is.
There is a bridge.
There, by definition of our map, there is a bridge into
I
the
almost like
city.
the way you think.
I drew it, so
Oh, Artemis.
it's true.
But remember, these are birds. They can
yeah,
fly.
they
That's
fly
true.
right
Except
over.
for
But
the
they-
armored, the
The
heavily
armored
ones
troops have to
cannot,
walk.
yeah.
So they still need the path. They
But
still need the
remember,
bridge.
At Patchwood, they did do basically air raids and just bomb the living hell.
Well,
out
there's
of
nothing left for them to bomb here.
Right. Well, there's nothing left for them to
That's
bomb,
true.
but also to remember the advantage of Patchwood and other clearings is they're actually like clearings.
Oh,
Right.
this
Like they're
was
like
in the trees, so they don't have
Underleaf
that.
is
Basically,
a clearing, but not really. It's kind of still in the woods because they're just the really big trees. but
What's
there's
left
still
of
pretty
it?
thick canopy.
okay.
So
So
Um,
the air defense is okay.
yeah, right. There's cover. But the Airy Dynasty is marching in force towards Underleaf,
Coming from
coming from
Hollow.
Fire Hollow, and they will be here by tomorrow.
Mhm.
All right.
Is there
So-
time to get to the bridge?
What do you do? What's that?
Is there time to get to the
Oh,
bridge?
that's within the city.
Oh yeah, it's probably less than 20, 15 minutes away.
I wonder
gonna
what Artemis
Go
is
do
gonna
some stuff to the bridge.
Do you have the proper equipment, projects, long-term gear, and things that you would need to do that?
How's your depletion looking? I thought you were like almost maxed out.
Yeah, you used up a lot of boom booms in the tree there.
Yeah, I only have one depletion open. Probably not the best
Can I
idea.
use some of my?
I have no
what's the
injury
bridge made of?
exhaustion, but
Well, so for Dirt to do this, when he opens up his toolkit and dedicates himself to making a thing, decide what he wants to do and tell the GM. I will give him 1 to 4 conditions he needs to fulfill to accomplish a goal, including time taken, materials needed, any help needed, facilities, tools, or limitations on the project. And once he accomplishes those, he accomplishes his goal.
Okay.
So, assuming that your toolbox is, I want to blow up this bridge.
the minor explosives. So yes,
What's that?
so my toolbox has minor explosives.
Correct. So, in order to blow up this bridge, however, you are going to need at least 6 hours to lay all the explosives.
And you said they're not coming till tomorrow,
They're
right?
not coming till the morning.
Okay, or in the morning.
You're going to need 3 depletion worth of supplies and material.
And that could be shared or just for
It could be shared.
Okay.
Yeah.
And most importantly, you're going to need some sort of detonator. Otherwise, someone's going to have to blow this thing manually.
I have a depletion I can lend. You're one of my
Emogen.
one of my
Do
buddies.
you want to go down as being a hero?
What?
Oh, whoa. We're getting dark real quick.
Yeah.
Ty.
You? You're asking me that?
We need someone to blow the bridge
For the Woodland Alliance.
for the Alliance.
There is no more alliance. You saw to that.
This is accurate. They're gone.
I did nothing to the Alliance.
Look at the map. There's nothing left in Underleaf. The only thing there is now is Vagabonds.
I just
Bob, why don't you push that
blew up a
Fire
tree.
Hollow troop halfway, almost to Underleaf there. There we go. Croupier's ticket. There we go. It's on the way. Imogen looks at you with horror. You tried
Worth
to
a
kill
try.
everyone and everything.
I just tried to help my friends escape.
No.
Yes.
You're
Those-
telling me that Artemis, the great tinkerer, isn't the one who blew up our tree, who blew up our base,
Yes,
who
'cause
burned down our town? By the way, Dirt,
I didn't burn the town.
you notice with a sudden kind of horror that all like a bunch of the denizens have
Are
like
all
kind
looking?
of stopped doing what they were doing and are kind of all like turning towards you and circling around you. I believe that you have a wanted dead or alive with them.
With the woodland?
No,
Yeah.
it's the
Denizens.
denizens.
Oh my
The
God.
denizens, because he just destroyed their whole entire place.
Woof.
Yes.
Now that you mention it, these
Gotta be
are
alive.
explosive burns I'm treating on Lucius.
And falling from the treetop.
So the denizens are starting to kind of like circle in around Artemis. What do you guys do?
Actually, I'm going to draw their attention to me.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right. I pop up with something because I assume I'm short because I'm an animal.
Well,
I mean, everyone's
everything would be
short.
height appropriate for you. Then.
Sure, but I don't want to get up so they can see me.
Got it. Now, to be clear,
Oh,
I mean, there's tons of burnt trees, branches, and
That's true.
stumps, I'm
Perfect.
sure.
Yeah.
okay, yep. So you hop up.
Listen, murder the hedgehog later. There's a quill thing. It's a whole pain in the ass, okay? You have to think right now about what to do next. You have 3 choices. You could wait here and give yourself over to the mercy of the birds. You can head down the path and join up with the cats. Or you can follow me into the woods.
Someone's like, "Oh, those sound like suicide."
I didn't say they were good choices.
Death, or death.
The denizens begin sort of murmuring, and they say,
I should also point out you need to make this decision in the next 15 minutes.
the denizens kind of rally together, and you see that there's an old man, an old rabbit who goes forward. He says, "The area has put forth a bounty on his head for the actions in Sundell. I say we give Artemis to the oncoming Airy dynasties. It will get us good in their favor, and they can very easily spare their town. The dynasties are the most powerful faction. If you may remember, I certainly do, when I was a young rabbit, the Airy dynasties may have
13 minutes.
the Airy dynasties may have been harsh, but they were fair.
What's the bounty?
And while we may not have had as many rights and freedoms,
Just turns him in.
we also didn't get killed in our sleep or our towns burned to the ground. The Airy ran a tight ship, even if it was a little bit draconian at times.
I would just point out, while that is probably a viable fourth option, you will have to probably deal with the badger.
I was gonna say,
Imogen turns and goes, "You would defend him after everything that he did? I saw you. You were trying to save our people."
Well, he's a defender. He defends literally everyone. Doesn't matter.
basically,
What about us? What
Well,
about
he defended you earlier.
we're going to defend you now. Why don't you help us? Take out the bridge.
The Airy Dynasty is coming. They do have my bombs
12
to blow the
minutes.
rest of your town up. You realize that, right?
Underleaf has Underleaf. We'll be
Bombs burn
We'll be safe.
leaves.
We don't have a town left to bomb.
Okay.
That's a great point, actually.
You have 1/3 of the town left. Let's be realistic here. Only 2/3 got demolished.
Way to be optimistic.
Yeah. But if you want the rest of it to go, then the Airy Dynasty is going to come and take over and rule everything, right? But if you guys are saying you want your freedom and you got to stay here and you got to fight for it, then if
We're
we have a
tired
viable
of fighting for our freedom. If you didn't notice, Underleaf had no factions. There was no control here.
the Woodland Alliance was going to uprise and take control, which is why we unfortunately went a little overboard.
Oh, you're
with
right.
the,
It would have been horrible if the
bombs,
Woodland
but-
Alliance would have overthrown the city. Something bad could have happened to it. Like, oh, I don't know. Oh, it did happen. The town burned down and everyone died.
Right, see?
If they weren't here, none of this would have happened.
Tick
And then
tock.
the lizard cult
8
could have been
minutes.
coming in too and infiltrating. You never know.
A turtle goes over and says, "I think we should just go with the cats. They have the most to offer us, and they've been trying to make their way to Underleaf for a long time. With the Woodland Alliance out of the picture, I'm sure that the Marquisate will be very accommodating to us."
I should point out one other thing, too. If you stay here, this is going to be a war zone. The cats and the birds both want this.
Yeah, that
We
is true.
can't go into the forest. We're not. There's a whole town of us. We could never make it. We're
But if
not
we-
vagabonds.
If you follow me, I promise you some of you will make it.
but it probably wouldn't be me.
What are you talking about? Horses win races all the time.
You got-
Damn straight.
you have a built-in bunker. I don't want
Also,
to hear
literally
it.
nothing can kill you.
The things in the forest can.
Fair enough.
Technically.
So the denizens start all sorts of arguing. About a third of them want to.
Use this distraction to run, Artemis.
A third of them want to capture Artemis and offer him up as a hostage
As a
or not
peace
as a
offering.
peace offering to the Airy Dynasties / collect the value and welcome the Airy Dynasties to Underleaf. About a third of them are saying that they want to
Join the
make
cats.
peace with the cats and have the Marquisate move in. The Marquisate also known for their hospitals and medical supplies, and there's a lot of resources in Patchwood still, and they feel like they would have a better shot with the cats. And then about a third of them are undecided. No one is super excited about going into the woods.
Sure.
But obviously those things.
It was an option.
No, I mean obviously those things
Oh,
could
yeah.
change, but that is where the group is. There's no
I
clear
mean,
consensus.
I feel like they can do whatever they want.
But we got to blow this bridge.
But we leaving and go into the woods, and if they stay here, that's on them. But they ain't taking Artemis.
You
We're
could
taking him
just
with us.
nope the fuck out. That
Yeah.
is also
That
a
is true.
possibility.
yeah, we.
I mean, like
could
we
just
said,
go
8 minutes, we
peace.
out.
Use the distraction of all of them arguing to just
All right.
head out the woods and go out the back door.
I'm
basically.
following socks.
So while everyone's arguing, like the Vagabonds will have their own private argument.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I mean
Yeah.
this is a multi-minute thing.
Yeah,
so
we're
you
not
got-
going anywhere.
You're not anywhere.
Or we kill Artemis later.
Well, for the Eerie Dynasty bounty. So they get paid for it.
Where are we supposed to
okay,
meet to get paid for it again?
let's get some. I
the
feel
Airy Dynasty is offered 15 value
That's a lot of money.
of coin.
You could retire on that.
I live in the woods.
I
literally
could
don't need
retire
money.
on
You
that.
could
Remember,
retire.
so he gave
I-
all his money.
I take responsibility first. I feel last time our communication wasn't really where it needed to be. So
That
I'm gonna
could have
try
been
to
the
be a little
reason.
more clear, right?
That could have been the reason. I
Yeah.
apologize.
I appreciate that. Okay, great. So
I
let's-
heard lizard cult infiltration, and I went with that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Last time we talked before you murdered your brother, we were going to go to a meeting
an
for the Woodland.
accident.
What are lizards?
We
What's
don't-
the yellow?
We don't know that though. Remember that. We,
Well, I know. Sox doesn't know what the lizards are.
no,
Yeah.
I'm talking about. We don't know that he actually let go and Mufasa him.
Yeah, he died.
None of us were there. We,
We
know
saw.
he
No, we
died.
saw his body.
Yeah, he died.
but
but
you
it
don't know
could've-
how he
it
died.
could've
Oh, I
been
thought.
because
I
of the
thought they knew
explosion.
because he got negative rep, and so the former Woodland people know that he killed his brother.
That is
Who I've
true.
been hanging out
Yeah, 'cause some
with
of them did survive.
Yeah, they did
that's-
survive.
All the lizards
but,
did die.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you two were out
I mean,
there by
a lizard
yourselves,
cult.
weren't you?
I know at
I'm
least
about-
it's
I mean, but
rumored that
there's-
you brutally
there's people
murdered your brother.
around fighting.
Yeah,
Someone might
it's
have
probably more
seen me.
rumors than
Yeah.
anything.
Right,
You know,
okay.
no one's really sure what happened.
Yeah,
you know?
only Simba
His
knows.
fellow hit the ground, and they looked up, and they just saw him standing there. So
Well, remember, your boom just sent him flying too. So
Mhm.
he just happened to land in the trees and survive, and his brother didn't, or like that's.
could have been somebody else's boom.
Anyway,
Mine.
I think we should follow you to the woods, but I think we should go in a direction towards somewhere that we can.
Well, I wasn't literally just going to take him to the woods. We were going to go to the refuge,
Okay,
and hopefully the clearing there
to
would take
Wind
these
Gap
people away.
Refuge?
I'm okay with that.
But we don't need to go to the refuge if they don't want to go to the refuge. Now, what I was going to say is I don't think any of us want to go with the birds. Now, I get it. You want to turn them in. Totally
I'm
reasonable.
not saying I want to.
I'm just
It's
saying
an option.
they hate you and they want to kill you too.
This is also true.
They want to kill all of us right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't. I have a -1+ with them.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
-1 as
so
well.
you could do what you want. I'm just going to suggest that maybe you don't go anywhere near the birds.
Agreed.
And blow up the bridge is a really good idea.
I do like the
would
bridge
agree.
idea.
I'm all in favor of blowing the bridge.
So after we blow up the bridge, assuming these people don't make up their minds, which it looks like they're not, and
Go
so
to
they're probably going to
Patchwood.
get themselves killed. If they need my help, I will take them to the refuge. If not, where do we want to go?
Patchwood.
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 Okay. So if they don't get their shit together, we got to Patchwood.
Okay, so we're gonna blow this this bridge up, like just preemptively.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
all
you
are in
kinda have
agreement,
and
and
then
I
we're
want to
gonna
make
get out of the
sure
way.
because our communication, right, had that little hiccup. Whoopsies. I just want to make sure we're on agreement. Birds bad.
Bird's bad.
Using simple terms.
Yes.
Birds bad.
Bird's bad.
Right. Bridge bad.
Bridge bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cat's good. Cat's good.
Cat's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Cats get
I'm-
invisibility cloak.
I'm with them. one step at a time. Okay. Bridge bad, birds bad.
Yes.
Cats okay.
Cats, I hate them too.
Okay.
But
Sure, but
They're okay for right now.
they're
Yeah.
okay.
this isn't
The
marriage. It's
lesser of
okay.
two evils.
All right.
We still don't have any way
All right.
to.
Great.
We can do enough depletion.
I
We
turn
can
back
have to
over
use
to
enough.
I still need
Squirrel.
somebody to set the bomb off.
But he's saying
What-
someone could do. He was saying if you were gonna like have a way to do it, right? We can just blow it up with. While we're all
You mean
there,
just
right?
Use a long fuse and just let it go.
Yeah, because we're not doing it when they're approaching the bridge. We're doing it now. We're just gonna do it preemptively.
I mean, true. If you are just going to do it preemptively and just blow it up in the middle of the night, then
Yes. It's not as much fun. There's nobody dies that way.
right. I was
He
assuming
needs the kill
normally.
count.
I was assuming, and this is my fault, that he wanted to
so reasonable.
blow up the bridge when there was troops on it, so he could
I'm
keep his
pretty
kill
sure
count
that
high.
was
That's what he
exactly
wanted to
we
do.
I
wanted.
wanted
And he
Yeah.
might want to.
But-
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just saying that he would need a way to safely detonate it.
yeah, and that's where I think since we don't have
Remote.
that,
Yeah.
we
I think we have to just
blow it,
blow it
and
now.
go with a patchwood.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, you're going to need to work all night
Mhm.
there, Artemis, and it's going to cost you 3 depletion, which the party can pay, but it's also going to be an exhaustion for you.
All right. You can. How much depletion you guys got? He's only
I
got
have
one.
0.
You have 0 left to give.
Yes.
You have at
I
least
have
one.
been sustaining a town.
You have one.
I have 2 depletion left. that I
Okay.
can take.
I'll take one. You take one, and Artemis take one. We are super
I
running
have
What
no
happens
low.
when
more-
you have
I have no
none?
more exhaustion.
You're not in a
though.
position to
What if
fight
we have
an
none?
army.
If you have none, you can no longer spend depletion.
Okay, I'm done.
Basically, your pocket. You guys are broke.
I
You
am
don't have
done.
any like.
Oh no, I got lots of value. I just can't spend it on anything because the whole place
That's
is
true.
burnt.
Technically, I still
Look
have
at
a
this
gold
necklace.
coin. So.
Oh, a gold coin. But in this case, he needs depletion,
Right.
not
Yeah.
value.
Right.
Right.
There is a difference between the two of those. Like you
Right.
can use depletion as value, but value isn't always the same thing as
Right.
depletion.
Can I buy a detonator off of anybody in town
Yeah.
for 1 value? Detonator
Unfortunately,
for 1 value.
surprisingly, our small explosive shop didn't survive the raging fire.
Did it explode?
Oh, so
It,
what you're telling
it imploded.
so what you're telling me is it wasn't all Artemis's
Oh,
fault.
right.
Ah.
Naturally. No, they had very strict fire laws in Underleaf. Actually, no fireworks allowed.
Right.
because,
I
they wanted
tried Artemis.
they wanted to keep it safe.
Made a real somber community.
Okay, well,
did
so
this-
no check is needed, Dirt. All you need, Artemis, is time, which you spend through exhaustion. The rest of you can try to get some sleep tonight if you wish.
Yes. How much would that give us?
That'll give you 2 exhaustion.
Perfect. And then can I
Sure.
use?
Yep.
Can I deplete my? Can I wear out my herb satchel to get 1 injury? I assume is 2 wear to clear injury from them.
Yep.
So I can. So I'll get the exhaustion from the sleep, and then 1 injury, and then this is used up.
Right. Until you basically buy new herbs.
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing.
Because that, I mean, even though I'm depleted, it's I'm at least healthy. Only have 1 injury. Then that's a big deal.
3 out of 5 injury. I'm
Yeah.
All right.
I will get to if we
We're on a
if we
struggle
make
bus.
it to Patchwood. I will clean up to injury on that.
Right. Whenever you travel, you
Correct.
Mhm.
Time has passed, or I travel to a new clearing. Yep.
Has this town made a decision?
Well, you guys are blowing up the bridge.
Yep.
And again, I would say that a third of them want to turn him in,
Okay.
and a third of them want to go with the cat. So I will let the die of destiny
Oh,
decide.
No
Put it
one's
up on
going
the
to the
screen.
woods.
Roll it up on the board.
And then a 6 will be that they decide to go with
With blowing the
and a
bridge.
5 means they are just undecided.
What
They
was
want to
one?
go with the birds.
Oh man. Yes.
Shoot.
Is anybody
So they want to
running
try to turn
Obviously-
him in? Is what you're
Well,
saying?
yeah, actually, so he's been working at the bridge all night,
all by himself? Was we're sleeping.
and you guys are all sleeping.
Oh shit!
Rip.
Pitchforks.
Yep. Yeah. It's totally like a.
Grab your torch and pitchfork.
Yeah, they come up in the middle of the
Hunchback of
night.
Notre Dame,
A bunch
yeah.
of foxes and rabbits
Frankenstein,
and
yeah.
mice and beavers.
Kill
and,
the beast.
yeah.
Kill
And
the beast.
You can hear them. You can hear them coming, and you can see the flickering of torches and pitchforks, and you're like, not again.
He's like, oh, good, they're gonna light the bridge.
Oh, you guys
Imo-
came for.
Imogen
Thanks for
cha-
giving me your light to
Imogen
help.
changed her mind. In fact, you could see Imogen is in the lead, sort of leading a group of denizens.
Do they look angry?
Oh, yes. Very, very angry. Now, these are ordinary, average denizens, but there is a group of them. There's about 20 of these folks.
Is there any way I can time it to where I light the bridge to explode right when they get there and I'm not there, so I can blow them up?
He really wants to add to the body count, man.
I just don't. I mean, it's my best bet to escape.
No, it probably is absolutely.
That's a great question.
How long of a fuse you got?
Well, not much of one. That was part of the.
That's true. That's part of the lore.
That's
Okay.
part of the lore we've established. That if he wanted to
How many more
Yeah, but I gotta
explosions can you
imagine-
take to the face?
But
also,
I gotta
he's
imagine
out of
gotta have a-
depletion.
I'm out. I'm
Yeah,
out
but
of
I gotta
depletion.
imagine he also has a long enough fuse that he's going to get away from it
Well, there's a difference.
successfully,
Well, there's a
right?
difference between lighting a fuse like a long time away versus like timing it to blow up
Well,
when
no,
they get
yeah,
there.
but
Because now he wants to blow it up while he's not there, and they are there. So
he just stands on the opposite
remember,
side.
this isn't.
That's
This is well, while being far enough away that
Yeah.
like
true.
What kind of bridge is this? It's not a
it's-
rope bridge, is it?
it's made of thick, heavy wooden planks stretching across the mighty great river.
It needs some extra boom behind it.
Yeah.
With a rope bridge, I just like wait till they're right there, light it.
Well,
Cut it,
they're not
swing to the
crossing,
side.
Crossing
the
it,
bridge.
though.
I
They're
understand,
looking for
but
you.
They're coming to the edge where you are.
I understand.
guess
but
the fair
if it was
question
a rope
is-
bridge, I could stand there and wait till they
Oh,
got
okay.
almost to me, light it, cut the rope bridge, and swing to the other side.
Well, if it was a rope bridge, you could also just cut it and not. Have to
Yeah,
blow it
well,
up.
Yeah, okay, fine.
This takes
was
less
much more epic
depletion.
this way.
This
He's
is
sitting
just
there
a bad
all night,
situation.
Casey says blow it early, kill them all. So Dirt, what does Artemis do?
How much
The-
health you got?
A
I have no injury.
That's about to change.
I have
Uh,
two
I was
exhaustion.
gonna say, how
two
far can a
exhaustion
hedgehog
left.
Fly based on his own explosion while taking everybody out. Can you pull a Lucius and land in the trees? Okay.
And while average denizens aren't really all that threatening, there is 20 of them.
Right.
So this is considered to be a.
Even
me-
20 of them would slow Vance down 2 rounds as he hacked
That's
through them.
correct. This is considered a medium mob. So
I love that this game has rules for that because that would happen. And it did.
The whole time I'm thinking about this, I'm like, I kind of hope they capture him so he's oppressed and we could free him.
That is a good point. They
Wait,
might
no,
not,
he-
they might
I
not
don't
kill
think-
him.
I
He's
don't
not Denzen.
I don't
They
think
kill
he
me.
has
They want to turn me
denizens.
in for
He can't-
Denzen. They did.
They want to turn me in for the
Denizen.
15 word.
Denizen.
Is the want dead or alive?
Dead? Yes.
Well,
It's literally called Dead or Alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denizen
Well-
don't like me, but the Lions don't like me.
Well,
Very
I'm
dynasty,
just wondering because
so-
if
Well, no,
were
you
to-
don't get to decide what they want. They want to stop. Number one, they've decided that the Airy Dynasty is their best chance of
So they're
surviving
gonna
this.
All
stop the
decisions have been
bridge
made
they
except
want.
for Artemis.
Yeah, they don't want to blow
They
the
want to
bridge.
not
Okay.
to blow up the bridge because they want to welcome the Airy Dynasty in. And then when the Airy Dynasty crosses the bridge, Imogene's going to be like, "Welcome to Underleaf as the duly appointed representative. Here is Artemis."
His body or
I
him.
was like, blow the bridge, turn yourself into
Yeah.
them, and hopefully we get a rescue mission going.
But you're in trouble. Let me
Can
just
I
be clear about
I
that.
mean,
Dirt.
with sneak, can I blow it up and sneak away without them? Because they're not right on me right now. Right?
No, that's why you have an opportunity here. You could try to sneak away.
Can I blow it up and then sneak? Do I have
Well,
time to do that?
blowing it up and then sneaking away are kind of two separate things. You can't do both of those.
Why can't I blow it up and then sneak away? They'll be
Are
distracted.
you suggesting to use the explosion
Yeah.
as a
It's a
distraction?
distraction.
Well, because you're not done yet. That's right. They're coming during the middle of the night.
So my 6 hours are not.
Your 6 hours are not up. That's why they're asleep. You aren't finished yet.
You could also potentially.
You could blow it, Dirt, but it won't blow up the bridge completely. It'll just probably maybe make it so that either they have to cross in like single file, or they might have to spend some time to resecure the bridge. But it won't. You're planning on demolishing this thing to ashes. They will not be able to cross this river for weeks.
What's your notoriety with them?
With who?
-2?
No, he said with who?
Oh, with the denizens.
That would be a -2.
So hear me out.
That is hatred.
Well, I understand, but you could also try to intimidate the enemy troops as a move.
That is true. That is a move that you get.
Oh, they are the enemy troops, I guess.
So
True.
they are kind of your enemy right now. So you could try to intimidate them and be like, "Back off, or I'm blowing us all up or something." And
I'll take you
That
with
is
me.
great.
I'm just saying, like, you can try to intimidate
That's a
them.
good idea.
I'm going
It's
to try
not
that.
bad.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Trying
That's
to
why I
use
was wondering, what's
trying to
your
use the
notoriety
rules
here?
in this game.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to metagame here.
Gonna-
All right. So, Artemis, what's it going to be?
Just think, what would Vance do in this situation?
I'm going to try to intimidate them to say that I will blow us all up if they don't,
So the
go away.
so they come over the hill with their pitchforks and their torches, and they're like, there he is. Stop what you're doing right now, Artemis. We're not going to let you blow this bridge up. You've already destroyed enough of our town. Now listen.
No, you listen. Come any closer and I blow us all up. Everyone.
He's got the thing in his
I
jacket.
take the glasses off so my eyes aren't so pretty and
Oh, it's not cute anymore.
so cutesy anymore.
You see that, like, actually they're like burning red, and like one of them has like a huge scar across of it.
Like Mr. Deeds in the eyes.
It's crazy, guys.
Turn back, go back into town. I blow us all up.
The denizens are obviously very like Imogen is kind of the only person who doesn't take a step back. They're like, no, we're not going to let you intimidate us and push us around.
I liked the flame as I go down towards the wick.
So, but they don't know now. They don't know that the bridge isn't completely
I know.
wired yet. So, Dirt, roll with your reputation, which is -2, but treat it as positive. So you're going to actually roll with a +2 as you make a pointed threat at an NPC, wielding the horribleness of your
It's just
reputation.
+2 right?
It is
+2.
Well,
It's +2, which is really good.
8.
All right. On a 10+, they are rattled. They must surrender, retreat, or charge. But on a 7 through 9, you must make a demonstration of your dangerous intent first before they are rattled.
I mean, he did light the fuse.
He did totally like the fuse. So here's what I'm going to say. The fuse is lit, and it's going pretty quick. So you're not going to be able to put it out. So the bridge is going to blow incomplete. But because you did light the fuse, they all just run off, except for Imogen. So the rest of them run off. The fuse is going towards the bridge, and Imogen steps forward, and a
she's
sword
little-
appears in her hand.
She's a little kid, right?
She's a little kid. She's probably like 15, 14, and a sword appears in her hand.
Can I scoop her up and run away?
I'll kill you myself. And she lunges at you. What do you do?
Use the quills.
We got a $20 tip from Donnie. He said hedgehog, more like hell hog.
I like it.
I think there's like parry, which you could do.
No. That's not a move.
I've improvised, so it
Well,
doesn't
Derek
help.
is not asking what mechanic.
I'm
he's
not
using.
asking you mechanic.
He's asking him literally what he's doing.
I
What's
will
happening in the
convert
fiction.
your anything you do into a move.
Yes.
So you don't have to look at your character sheet at all. You
Oh.
just have to tell me what you're doing.
Yeah.
I would like to try to avoid getting poked and grab her and run because I know the explosion is going to be a big boom and probably kill us both. if
So
we
you're
don't
going to try
get out now.
what? Capture, like,
Yeah, I want to try to save her. I don't want to kill her.
okay. In that case, Dirt, you are going to be what's called grappling an enemy.
Mm.
So roll with might as she charges at you.
Okay, we have 0 might.
Sweet. Perfect.
12.
All right.
He rolled double 6s on that one.
Unfortunately, there's no crits in this game unless you have mastery. But so what happens here is both you and I, Dirt, make choices simultaneously. Okay. In other words, you get to do something to me, I get to do something to you. But because you get a 10+, you get a extra first hit off. You can either inflict injury on her, or you can inflict exhaustion on her, or you can mark exhaustion on yourself to give her 2 injury. Now she gets to do that back to you. You guys do it simultaneously, but you get to do 1 kind of free round on your own because you rolled so well. So as she kind of is coming in with the sword, you quickly just leap to the side, grab her arm, push her around, and you get to make one of those choices. You can either deal injury to her, exhaustion, which is more like non-lethal, or you can mark some exhaustion on yourself to inflict 2 injury to her.
And that's mark exhaustion to inflict more exhaustion.
Yeah, that was.
Can you
my
mark
question.
exhaustion to inflict 2 exhaustion? No, that's not an option.
Do I know how much injury and stuff she has? Or
If she is a average denizen, 1. If she is a trained soldier, she could have 2.
I'm going to mark.
exhaustion.
Unlikely
Marking-
for her to be trained.
I'm going to mark an exhaustion to give her 2 injury.
Do you want to hurt her?
That would
or
I
kill
do
her.
now because she. I mean, I
Make her
wasn't going to
tired.
at first.
I was thinking
no,
you can try
but
the
it's too
exhaustion
late.
route, but-
No,
Derek just told you she might have 1 exhaustion.
Well,
He's made his mind death for
Which you
children.
literally could just choose that.
I wanted to just pick her up and take her away, but
That's
she,
what exhaustion would do.
Exhaustion would do that. Exhaustion would if she ran out of exhaustion, she'd be knocked out, unconscious.
So basically,
if she runs out of injury, she's dead.
I'm probably just going to pick her up and throw her in the ravine anyways. But sure, we'll give her the
So many
exhaustion.
mixed signals right now.
Frostjack, I like his comment. It's always fun to try to guess who will commit terrorism in any given session.
There's usually
It's
at least 2.
That's so good.
All right, Dirt, you inflict an exhaustion upon her, but
Okay.
you don't have to do anything. Now, the grapple is on. So what happens in the
She's
grapple
not exhausted.
is we
She's
keep
more than
going
one.
back and forth. In you,
Well,
get to-
Derek lied. I don't know what you want from me.
I said 1 or 2.
She's trained.
She's
then.
definitely not trained. She's 15 years old, and she didn't even know how to stab.
How young did you start training?
Haven't you watched
90.
anime? They're all 14,
Actually,
15 martial artists.
This is an
experts.
anime.
Actually, technically, yes, you would know this. So what actually she did is she marked wear on her armor to
Sick.
absorb that.
Okay.
So that is actually how that works.
Okay.
But basically, you beat her up, you grab her down, and she's like not unconscious yet because she's got her little jack on. But you guys are fighting back and forth. So now I will pick one simultaneously. I you'll have to trust me. Normally, you would have like little cards or something like that. What do you want to do to her again? So you can mark exhaust. You can do exhaustion to her or injury to her or whatever you want.
Do another exhaustion to her.
Okay. She does an injury to you. You take that.
Okay, that's fine.
So basically, you guys get in. She drops the sword. You guys are grappling hand to hand.
Right.
She reaches down, pulls
This is
out a
literally
dagger.
like an animal fight in someone's backyard now.
Yeah. But she pulls out a dagger and cuts you in the shoulder, and then you just punch her in the face, and she slumps to the ground. So she had one wear on her armor, and now she has 1 exhaustion. She is unconscious. Actually, technically, you get to pick what happens to her, but because she's exhausted, you can say she's unconscious. So
What I want to do, or
Dirt,
what
I kill
should
her.
I do? I want to just pick her up and throw her in the ravine because she cut me.
all right, but your bridge is about to explode. So what do you do?
Throw her on the bridge.
All right.
Damn.
Wow. Maybe you should have just went to the double kill and just not had.
You throw her onto the bridge as you run away, and the bridge goes up early. You guys are sleeping.
What was that?
So I know I said remark clear 2 exhaustion, only clear 1 exhaustion because you
Alright.
guys get woken up early.
I go back to sleep.
He just rolls over.
You wake up and you discover that the camp is actually pretty quiet. Looks like a lot of the denizens left.
Just like a.
Artemis, what did you do?
And what do you do though? Now remember the bridge
He's
blows.
at the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge blows up. The denizens were scared off because you lit the fucking bridge, so they started running off
What's that?
into the woods.
I would say I grabbed my gear and I'm going to the bridge then to see what happened because we knew the plan wasn't for it to go up at night like this.
All right, Vance is on his way,
I'm running back to.
and you're running back. All right,
I'm trying to get as much sleep as possible.
Vance, you come in and you see that Artemis and a bunch of the townsfolk are all running from the bridge. You can see the licking of flame from this distance,
Artemis?
and the denizens are all like running around screaming, "You crazy! You don't you realize what you've done? You've signed our death warrant."
Guess it's time to go.
You're sleeping. Shush.
Guess it's time to go.
The denizens stop and they turn. Gossamer just renewed her adventurer status,
you.
4 months.
Hey,
thank you,
thank you.
Gossamer. A bunch of denizens turn to you and they say, "Do something about this.
About what? What happened? I
You're-
just
he's
boom, bang. What happened?
Bada bing, bada boom.
he just blew the bridge."
What happened, Artemis? Little premature explosion again?
I didn't have the spot
Wait.
I thought I had, and
Where's Imogen? Says one of the denizens.
she ran off when you guys did.
Imogen! They start calling for her. Imogen! No, she stayed behind with you.
I don't recall that.
Sounds like you're tricking an NPC.
I was like, isn't that a thing?
Sounds like you are tricking an
I
NPC.
think that's a thing.
Roll with cunning there, Mr. Dirt.
How cunning are you, sir?
+2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's not a
I saw the first one.
That would be Snake Eyes.
That one hurts.
Ooh,
Double
that one
sixes
hurts.
to
That's what
Snake
you
Eyes.
get. Yeah, for
That
all
one
double
hurts.
Sixes, I guess.
So that is a straight up miss. And so, yeah.
So yeah.
Great.
The denizens go, you killed her, didn't you? And they start closing in around you.
She,
But
she
Vance is-
volunteered to light the fuse. She wanted to be a hero.
she
Are you-
led us down there.
I changed her mind.
He's quite convincing. Haven't you looked into the cuteness eyes and just understand the preciousness?
Put my
You
glasses
can't
back
hurt
on.
that.
I'm not going to say this triggers a move because you just failed this move. So the denizens, slightly smaller number, there's only about 10 of them now. Move aside, Vance. There's still hope for us if we give him over to the Airy
I
dynasties.
can't try to intimidate them again.
No, because you already did. And plus, you don't have your leverage of the bomb. You're just a little hedgehog.
But I have the big sword.
Well, that would be different.
All right, everybody just calm down. Let's figure this out. Everybody step back.
What's your reputation with them?
With the denizens?
Yeah.
Neutral, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm neutral.
So, Vance, sounds like you're trying to
That's what I was trying to
persuade these NPCs.
see. Yeah, I'll just
So-
try to persuade them just to back up. Let's try to understand what's going on here.
Yep.
First.
Roll with charm.
That's a good thing I'm so charming with a +1.
Ugh.
Ugh,
5, 6, yeah.
6. Not charming enough.
That's another
Quick,
miss.
help me with assist me with the cute anime eyes, man.
Can I assist him at all? I don't have any. I can't have no depletion left.
Oh,
And,
okay.
it's exhaustion.
Well, I can afford exhaustion.
Okay, but you can't just do that.
Yeah.
He has to do that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Remember, they're trying to kill you. How do you help him persuade them not to kill you?
Help me, help you.
Mm.
I'll help them. I'll spend exhaustion to aid. Socks kind of walks forward. He's not worth it. Honestly, none of us are worth it. If you don't want to come to the refuge and you want to stay for the cats or the birds, that's your choice. But we'll just go. Take him with us.
Fair enough.
He won't come back. He won't bother you again. And won't be gone. But if you want your revenge, if you want to give in to that bloodlust,
Don't encourage them.
no, I'm not encouraging. I'm telling them the truth. This badger will kill you all.
Okay, no, that sounds about right.
And you will die for nothing.
Persuade an NPC. That is
Well,
definitely a threat.
I'm aiding, but
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, that guy. Oh, right, you're aiding him.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
giving him a +1.
So, all right, they aren't sure. The GM will tell you what they need to do to sway them.
A pretty
Kill one.
a pretty
Give
big, yeah. Slowly stab into the throat of the nearest kid, right? Isn't that what you
And
do?
I'm not trying to be mean to them. I'm just being honest that this is a badger.
I get it. I get it. So what do they need from you? They've been left alone by evasion.
Yeah, like supplies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you
Can we
nothing
just
to
give
give
them
them.
Yeah, we
whatever
have
value we
nothing.
have? Like
I would say I'll give you 2 value. Here, go rebuild. Go rebuild.
2 values, not enough.
That's
I
not
have
enough
3
for that.
value.
If you had enough. Oh,
How about the sword of
Excalibur.
Excalibur
yes,
That's a lot of
exactly.
leverage.
That's
But-
a lot of
but
leverage.
They may not have Artemis,
with the fake.
but if
one.
they can say that if we can
You do
give
have the fake one.
if,
Oh, yes!
give them the fake one.
Give them the fake one.
you know,
Absolutely.
there's finally an opportunity for you guys to do something a little bit stand up,
No.
and they're like, wait a second, we still have the
We
fake.
still have the fake. They won't know.
And you're like, the otters didn't know. These freaking
Yeah, they
dumb
won't know.
hill folk are
They
certainly
won't know.
not going to know.
Hell, the birds might not know.
I would go with that. Give
So,
them
yeah,
the fake
they,
one. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, obviously, you guys are carrying around this legendary blade. We just don't really bring it up a lot because
Two
you
of
haven't
them.
really focused Erie. I like to think the one is secreted away.
Mhm.
That one's under my
They
cloak.
basically say, well, if you won't live, the area is coming. The bridge is not fully blown up. They will be entering the town tomorrow. We need to give them something. Give us Excalibur. We will offer it to them as a peace offering, and we'll say, maybe we'll even tell them we drove you off. and we took it from you, and you guys fled, and we
Sounds
can make our
good.
peace that way.
Off to Patchwood we go.
What if I also give you my robe, all bloodied, and you can say that you killed me?
Ooh.
I mean,
It might
Where are
buy
we
us
getting the blood?
keep in mind
I
here,
understand.
Artemis,
in the shoulder. Actually,
we don't
that's
want
true.
you to live.
I understand. But
No. We want the Aerie to know that you're still alive and out there.
Oh, yeah, they don't. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
all right, then that
Then
definitely.
just take the
I'm
sword.
definitely giving the fake one. Then.
Here's Excalibur. We give them the
give them the-
quote unquote Excalibur.
You give them the Excalibur Part 2.
Scala broke.
Excalibur.
All right. Well, that is enough to persuade them. So
Mhm.
they do not try to basically
Kill Artemis.
kill Artemis, and instead the town basically kind of huddles together and prepares to kind of begrudgingly welcome the Aerie dynasty the
All
next
right.
day.
I go upstairs and kick Lucius awake. Come on, we're going.
Oh, okay.
He's asleep.
I sleep in my robes.
All right.
He's
I
already
always
ready to
I always
roll
sleep
out.
in
Cut
my
up one?
the shit
I'm
out of
always,
your robes.
I'm always
Hey,
ready.
Yeah, you don't have the robes. He cut them. Remember?
No, they're just tattered.
They just
now.
yeah,
okay.
Now-
not as pristine as they used to be.
You guys are
should mark wear
you
on
guys
them.
are vacating Underleaf.
Yes, headed back to
So,
Patchwood, I assume.
How do you get to Patchwood?
How are we
Oh well,
going?
actually, where are you going? I don't know. Every
Yeah,
every place.
Patchwood.
Is,
Patchwood.
Patchwood.
We try to get.
now
paid
remember,
from the
Patchwood got
cats.
carpet bombed because of you guys.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Yeah.
Patchwood is also the only place that will accept me because they're not after me.
Marquisate is the only faction in the game, except for the Lizards, who haven't really entered the play that much, who is not actively has a wanted dead or alive bounty on your head.
Well, otters don't either, do they?
Oh, the otters don't either. I forgot. about that.
And yes, that's the perfect
Also,
place for us to go.
We've done so much incidentally in favor of the cats. We probably have like a floating unearned bonus.
I mean, I have
yet.
a
I would agree
plus.
with
I don't have a
would-
plus one,
Wait,
but I
the
have
honor
two
of the
checks
river
into
folk,
it.
right?
I mean,
What's
even we
that?
hate the
The
cats.
honor
we
of the
can win the war
river
for them.
folk.
Yeah.
I actually have a +1 with them.
Yeah, so I think that's what
Them
we're
and
going
the
for.
cats.
and I think if we say, hey, we also help to slow the advance of the Erie dynasty into Underleaf by semi-blowing up the bridge, that might give us a little favor into that.
Plus, they owe us
Cats.
clocks.
Yeah.
Well,
they
I definitely
owe us
want to
that,
find out
yeah.
if we can find any information about that. But let's. I don't know why we just don't take the path.
Okay, we
I'm
can.
good with that.
Now,
Yeah.
the only problem with taking the path, of course, remember, is that when you travel through the forest, you can clear depletion,
Mm-hmm.
and when you travel along the path, usually you end up marking depletion.
Yeah, I can't
Shoot.
do that. We have
Okay, then we have to go in the forest.
Okay, we'll take the forest.
Plus, we have
Near the
socks.
path.
What can go wrong in the
Yeah, we'll
forest?
take the scenic route.
Actually, Derek, you know what we'll do?
Yeah.
We'll take the path on the south side so that we can also like leverage things like the river for like fishing and whatever.
Got it.
Since we want to replenish our depletion.
Got it. Okay. So you guys are going to avoid the beaten path. And not only that, you'll also avoid any sort of potentially any, there might be Marquisate forces.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing,
Right.
depending. I mean, they aren't marching potentially to war. But you guys move into the forest. So you guys enter the forest.
It's like Superman in the sun.
Oh yeah, you get all of your depletion back, don't you? Or
Not-
part
I
of
get
it.
3,
He gets
that's
3 back.
Pretty dang
which
good.
I'm not complaining about.
No,
And then if you go ahead and take a look at your cheat sheets, you can see that when you travel through the forest, the group has to determine how you travel, and one member will roll for you. You can either move slowly, carefully, or quickly. Each has their own.
Where's the one that gets rid of more?
So
Let's go slowly.
slowly
You have to go
clears
slow.
depletion, but you have to mark exhaustion.
I'm okay with that.
I don't want
I
to.
get-
We
Mark
get depletion
exhaustion.
any other way, and we can't.
How's
Yeah,
that?
everything else is depletion.
And
That's the only one we can do.
I need to get rid of depletion.
No, if you do careful, you can mark depletion or exhaustion.
But it doesn't help us clear any. We need to clear. The only reason we're doing this is so we can
I'm
clear
maxed right now.
depletion.
Also, remember,
We
traveling.
could just camp in the woods for a week
Uh,
and rest because that's how you
mhm.
normally heal exhaustion is by sleeping.
Yeah, you could also just go out and just camp in the woods and just.
yeah,
Li-
no one
and
will
let-
follow us
and
out
let
here.
time pass.
Let's,
Yeah.
let's,
Well, and no
let's
one
let the
would-
smoke
no,
clear.
no one has ever followed you out
Yeah,
into
it's
the
never
woods
happened
before.
Just that one person.
Yeah.
All right,
She's
so
taking care of it.
But
We
that
could-
is an option too.
we could go for like a day or two, so we're not literally by Underleaf.
Right. Now, that's a great question. If that is going to be your plan, do you still want to go towards the river? Because that's not as much dense, that's not as deep a forest.
That's a good point.
Or
yeah,
do you want to go
we'll
more,
go into the deeper
gotta go
or
forest.
do you guys want to go more into the
Yeah.
deep woods? This
Yeah.
is
Deep woods.
okay. Go into
So I want to do 2 things since we're not exactly traveling to a location.
correct.
I want to this time make sure our back trail is as
Okay.
good as I could possibly make, and then after the first day, I want to start looking for like some really hidden shelter where we can hole up for a few days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to find some ruins or something.
That would
cabin
be a
in the
great place to
woods.
get killed.
We are here.
It's not D&D, but who knows
Hollowed
what's
out
in these ruins.
tree.
That actually is true.
Oh,
I assume my ranger knows what's good and what's bad.
Yeah,
so.
your ranger knows what's good and what's bad. So you guys move into the woods, and after traveling for a few days through the area, obviously you're traveling slowly.
You'd better stop. Yeah.
So I need someone to make the roll just to see what the travel roll does.
Socks is our leader
Let's
in
check.
the forest.
It is -1 because you're traveling slowly.
Just straight up. All right. That is a 10, so a 9.
That's pretty good.
very
Um,
nice.
So you will mark this after this. So
Okay.
on a 10 plus, your transit is safe, but you got a 9.
Right.
So someone can't aid you. Something from the forest is following you. You can let it track you, or every vagabond marks exhaustion to lose it. Aaron. You're not quite sure what it is, but it might be a bear.
Oh, snap.
Is it
Oh,
the
shit.
bear?
A bear.
You don't think it's the bear, but you think a bear, because this is one of the larger woods
Yeah.
in the
and it's also in the most rural part.
most
of the
rural
forest.
part. Exactly. You're pretty sure a bear is hunting these areas. You know, it's like one of those being hunted. It's actually a velociraptor. turns out.
Velociraptor bear.
Clever
Velociraptor.
girl.
It's an owl bear.
Yeah, it's an owl bear. D&D has opened up a portal in the route.
that's so
Okay, so or
Someone could aid him.
someone can aid him and put it to a 10, but then you have to mark exhaustion.
I'm trying to think of how I would aid you, like logically, but I do have exhaustion I could for sure use.
Yeah,
here.
if just I mean you're still a
Um,
capable vagabond. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, so you just help out.
how do you help him
searching or
get through the
something?
forest?
probably
Remember
doing-
too,
Okay, so
specifically what
Socks
Aaron-
is doing
doing
a lot of double duty.
I'm trying the bitch work.
Well, what I was going to say is like Socks is doing a lot of double duty. So he's probably doing too much,
Yeah.
which is why he's making this mistake.
Yeah.
So maybe help.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he's like, can you just
Carrying
sweep those
stuff or
tracks? Make
something
sure
like
like
that.
just
you know-
like, yeah, whatever, right? Just
Yeah.
because Socks is so used to being independent and he's not shouldering it. He's not putting any of that on you guys. He's just trying to do more.
yeah,
right.
Right.
yeah. That's
He's trying
fine.
to cover up the path.
I'm trying to
of
cover
four
up our
people instead
trail.
of
I'm trying
one,
to find a
yeah.
good spot. I'm trying to keep
Yeah.
you guys
I'll
alive.
mark
Exactly.
exhaustion and try to just help out where I see
Got it.
openings.
Right. So you take a little bit of the burden off
Yep.
of him, and that gives you as a 10, which means you travel in through the forest successfully.
Thanks. I
But
appreciate that.
You're not traveling to a
Yep.
clearing, you're
Right.
traveling through the forest. So you're a ranger. We don't need a roll. You, given the time that you have, are able to, after a few days of travel, you find a nice, secure place with good elevation, good lines of fire, lines of sight,
Sight.
access to a clean source of water, and there's even sort of a kind of natural cave that's kind of built into the side of it. So perfect place to set up a nice little camp for you guys for a while.
All right.
Now, do we have to
Hammock over
mark
there?
for exhaustion?
So now that you guys have succeeded at your travel move, because you move slowly, everyone clears 2 depletion,
Mm-hmm.
and now everyone has to mark an exhaustion. But remember, you're going to be resting, so this is
I was gonna say. And would you say enough time has passed that I would heal injury or no?
what is your injury move? say
Sorry, we're adding
specifically?
2 exhaustion.
No, everyone's adding
One.
One
I
exhaustion.
added 2 because I aided.
Got it.
Whenever time passes or you journey to a new clearing, you can clear 2 injury boxes off.
So we have not journeyed to a new clearing,
But
but
time
time is
passes.
going to pass.
Okay.
So once you
hold
guys
off for now.
once you guys set up your camp, you guys can begin sort of resting.
Mhm.
Now, you can clear 2 exhaustion for a week's rest in a safe and well set up campsite in the forest.
Okay.
So that sounds pretty reasonable. You can clear 3 exhaustion if you spend a month out here.
How much do we want to lay low?
Just a week, I would
Just a
think.
week?
So a week will give you 2 exhaustion. In addition, you can also mark repairs and you can clear injury by receiving medical attention. This is going to take depletion or value of healing supplies, or a week of bed rest, but this does not count as bed rest.
Right.
Hmm.
You'd have to have 2 weeks there then.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I
Um,
continue to forage to regain depletion?
I will let you make another travel move,
Okay.
which is basically like you kind of risking potential problems, but it'll probably be more like a roguish feat, and it'll be like that'll be the consequence.
Okay, so I don't have to actually travel.
You don't
I'll
have to
just go make a
travel,
travel. Got
Now, time has passed, so you heal 2 injury,
And we can
and
clear
everybody
it.
heals 2 exhaustion.
it. Okay.
Oh,
So,
much better state now.
how is injuries for people?
A 1 injury for Lucius.
Okay.
1 for Vance.
I got 1 for me
Cleared
too.
1 injury, right?
But
No.
go ahead and
Mm,
Well, we didn't rest
move our
one. We
vagabonds
didn't
out
clear one?
into
Clear 2
the middle of
exhaustion.
the woods.
No injury.
Yeah,
Not
he
yet.
clears injury.
I have one
I have a
injury.
special
Okay.
move that allows me to clear injury when time passes, or if I get to a new.
Yeah,
area.
that's a special arbiter move. He's just really good at
very
sca-
hardy.
scabbing up.
All right. So
Yeah, so you guys are at camp. So what do you guys want to do?
You got the
Now,
marshmallows.
Aaron, you said you're going to go
Ghost
forage.
stories.
yeah, I'm going to mark 3 depletion before I go forage.
Okay.
All right, which fixes my herb satchel and your herb satchel.
It heals it.
Well, he's
He
marked.
replenishes.
I'm
it.
Oh.
using depletion to
This is
depletion.
that's
to replenish
fantastic.
it.
He's clearing where,
Yeah.
basically.
Wow.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
because if he forages, he gets 3.
All those things that
depletion
people said about
Right.
you.
So
That's not
basically,
true.
They're pretty
that
true.
first couple of days while you guys were traveling through the woods, Socks was sitting there like going, "Oh, look at
There's
that!
a medicinal
yeah, you can
herb,
do. There's a
there's a-
medicinal herb. There's a medicinal herb."
And it
then
fills
he-
the satchel.
and then he
back
gets
up.
there, and he grinds them up and
Right.
makes little poultices and stuff like that.
So I'm going
Ooh,
to use
piece of
mine
candy.
to heal
Ooh,
me.
piece of candy.
Bob, you're free to heal whomever you want.
Okay. I don't know if anybody needs it right now.
Everyone has 1 injury, including you.
Yeah. Well, I have to mark. I have to wear that thing out to clear an injury from someone.
That's how it works. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's mark where to clear exhaustion, or mark 2 where to clear 1 injury.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. And I'm going to go out foraging.
Great. So yeah, you're basically just trying to keep a low profile
I'll
and make
patch you
sure
up, Vance.
nobody has any issues with you. So why don't you go ahead
Are you
and
clearing
attempt a roguish feat you were skilled in?
So this is luck.
No, that would be if you were just rolling it balls out.
Well, I
Oh.
should have probably.
This is,
cleared
There
it.
isn't a roguish feat for.
This is finesse. Well, I'm assuming that you're probably trying to be stealthy
Oh, okay. Oh, that works, huh?
And
or
then-
hiding.
And then realized
Nice.
I probably should have
7.
cleared my.
Perfect. All right, Aaron. So you succeed. However, you either mark an exhaustion or a risk comes to bear. And the risk is that
bear?
The
Think-
bear.
I'm not going to write it, but there's like the bear finds you clock. And
We'll go for risk. That sounds interesting.
okay.
Ooh.
So I am going to start a 4 o'clock,
Okay.
which is the bear finds your camp, and I'm going to tick it once. So, you're out there, you're doing your thing. So it's like you traveled again.
Right.
So you
But
can,
I'm picking up some like bear trails.
oh yeah, you see the scat, like you see the dropping.
That's a lot of shit.
We might
so-
be in its cave.
Oh, that's a good point. This could.
I think
yeah.
we'd be dead if that was true.
All right. So now you guys are mostly just resting and exhausting, but you have some time to do certain things. if you
So
want.
I do have to clarify. I should have cleared my exhaustion track probably when I went to defend Artemis, right?
What does your defender say?
Clear your exhaustion track when you put yourself in harm's way to defend someone against injustice or dire threat.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm not exhausted.
Actually, while we're talking about that,
I would say I
is
for
me
whatever reason-
foraging in the woods by myself a dangerous situation?
Not directly.
Okay, cool. I had to ask.
No, not directly.
It would make sense because I'm a ranger, so it's not as dangerous for me.
If the bear clock was at 3 ticks, yes.
Maybe. Okay.
It's getting there.
I'll note that if I need to get rid of a lot of exhaustion real quick. All right.
'Kay.
So I'm in pretty good shape at this point.
Yeah, I
And
don't. I
we
don't
have to make
this-
one
this-
more travel move. So
I don't.
Right. You're
he-
going to have
he's
to travel again.
Vance is
Right.
going to heal himself, so there's no reason to.
So he's good. So
Yeah,
the really
don't
And in
worry
question
about
fact,
it.
when you guys travel again,
Yeah.
I will get
you'll
healed again.
heal 2.
So the
injury.
question is, do you feel like that you need to be healed? I don't know if I need to be healed right now. I
So
kind of just want to hold
actually-
on to it.
I'm actually
Yeah, I
completely
feel
good
I feel
because I
okay
just-
with
yeah.
one. So
that'll work. Yep.
All right. Well,
So we camped out for a week.
you guys camped out for a week. Nothing bad happened.
So head to Patchwood.
So yeah, now the question is, where do you guys want to head? from your-
I'd like to go to Patchwood.
Now
my
we
favorite
can move
Patchwood.
back to the trail and take the rest of the path to Patchwood. Or
I
we
assume
can
the
just
Erie
hike
Dynasty
through
has
the
taken
woods.
over
Oh yeah,
Underleaf.
it's been a week and change. I mean,
Yeah.
it took you a couple days to find the camp.
Yeah.
Then you spent a solid week recovering.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be probably another couple days to get wherever you're going. So
About 2 weeks. or
two
so.
to 2.5 weeks have passed. So I will definitely be making some faction moves
Mhm.
for the people here because
The
again
lizards are coming.
the situation has changed for sure.
So actually, we have 2 options here.
Okay.
Okay. We could go to Patchwood.
Yeah.
And whatever awful surprise is waiting there for us, we take and deal with that. Or we could really piece the fuck out and go to the refuge and like completely rethink our entire strategy.
I would like to go to Patchwood.
Okay.
That's me.
I'm
personally.
not pro for either
Yeah.
one. I just
I-
felt like I should point that out that Patchwood could be, an ambush.
There is this idea that I'd like to try to at least resolve if we're going to get these invisibility cloaks.
Totally agree. Yep.
And there's also was a boat on the river with a great safe in it that I would like to also take a look at if
Okay.
if it's still there.
I would say it may not be
It's
there
true.
because remember they
That's
got
a great
carpet bombed.
point.
They got carpet
Both those
bombs.
factions don't completely hate us, so we should piss them off.
I was just going to have them pissed off at me or maybe mad at me. But
Yeah, but
the
if we
cat is who
travel
I don't like.
together,
I just want that invisibility cloak. I thought that'd be sweet.
All right, then
It's gonna be
I'm
funny.
all
Like there
for
probably
going to
wasn't even
Patchwood.
a real invisibility cloak. Like,
Well,
ever.
then someone's gonna be paying for the misinformation they told me.
All right.
I had false
They
promises.
give you a cloak that's invisible.
yes.
It's just
It's,
see-through.
the cloak is just invisible.
It's just a piece of plastic.
It's just they're like, this is revolutionary
it's a shower,
stuff.
It's,
It's a shower curtain.
You get a see-through shower curtain.
It was not an invisibility cloak. It was an invisible,
Invisible
cloak.
Damn. Damn me and my grammar. Should have got that in writing.
These are
You
cats
took
with
their ledger.
These are cats with water wheels and sawmills. How the hell are they making an
They
invisibility
said
cloak?
that's what they said.
Trick an NPC. Trick a PC.
Well, then I would like to go to Patchwood and find that dude. What's his name?
The guy in
Alien-
Milltown?
What's his name? Aslan?
Well, he left.
Aslan?
I don't think he was going to
Aten?
Patchwood.
Aiten?
Oh, yeah,
That
Aten.
guy.
Aiton.
Aten.
I'm gonna take care of him for lying to me. I
Well,
don't-
if it was in
So
fact a
what's
lie,
everyone
we don't
else's
know if it's
plan
a
in
lie.
Patchwood? What are you going to blow up in Patchwood?
I have some meetings. I have to see some people about.
Is that code for blowing things up?
No,
He's got to replenish.
I do quite well with the Marquisate.
Oh.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm not. I kind
And-
of like them.
What are you going to do?
I'm looking to get paid now at this point
For what?
for taking out the Woodland Alliance. So they're going to pay one way or another. I agree with Lucius over here. We, services bill, services due, man.
Damn
the
straight.
invoice is coming.
Did we
now.
do a service?
Well, the Woodland Alliance is dead,
Okay.
and
cool.
ATN wanted you
we
to
killed their
infiltrate
leader.
Underleaf and assassinate the Woodland Alliance leader to disrupt the cell.
Yeah,
You did that,
happened.
Oh, we
Yeah.
disrupt
and
more
you
than-
and you wiped out the Woodland Alliance, and you burned down the town. But it also is now in the hands of the Arya dynasty. But that's not your fault.
That's
we,
taking off.
we were
They should have moved
never-
in faster.
In fact,
We
you
were
tried
never
to
paid
blow
We
up
don't
the
know
business.
that yet.
No, we don't.
We don't know that they made it across the bridge.
Oh, they did.
Hypothetically, they made it
We
across.
don't know
the
that.
bridge.
I mean, you know that.
Well,
Meta-
we don't know if
meta-wise,
the
we know.
cats were reinforcing, which is what they should have done.
Right. That you don't know. Like for all you know,
But since the
the
cats
cats
are
ha-
losers.
the cats have taken their forces down the path to Underleaf.
Right.
And the cats from Patchwood rather have moved into Underleaf. And
So
right
to be
now-
clear, this map represents what we assume, not
Yes.
necessarily
this
what's
is
true.
the state of the world that you know.
Right.
You've been in the woods for 2 weeks.
Right. We're
Things
2
have
weeks
changed.
behind.
You're 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Patchwood.
So we're good. So I will lead the party to most direct route to Patchwood, including getting back on the path if we can get there.
I mean, really,
we're deep. So I
you're
don't know.
deep, so yeah, it's just traveling through the wood either way. It
Okay.
really just comes down to: do you want to go to the path? Probably not.
So let's go slowly
avoid
again
the
because
I just want to
Yeah.
get there quick.
getting rid of our depletion is going to be so critical. I think
Oh, sure.
Slowly will be another -1.
-1 to the roll, but we'll just getting rid of our depletion will be so.
But
good.
if you go slowly, you have to mark exhaustion per every band member.
Yeah. Which is
So
I
everyone-
think fine.
Everyone marks an exhaustion, but everybody clears 2 depletion.
Slow -1.
Slow
Yep.
-1. Slow ahead.
Wrong fast. I was like, what? That's not an acorn. I was so confused. That's a sword. All right. That's an 11. So 10.
Oh,
Sweet.
perfect. Nothing happens. You guys mark. Everyone clears 2 depletion, and everyone marks an exhaustion.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sweet. I just eat herbs
4
the whole way
depletion.
down.
And we're at Patchwood now, right?
Yep. You arrive in Patchwood, so clear 2 injury.
Fully healed, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So you guys make your way into Patchwood.
What's left?
Well,
Right.
that's true. We didn't know
How's the
that it
state
got
of
rid
affairs?
That's
Bob,
the
right?
cats and the otters.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Both
when,
factions that like me.
when you arrive in Patchwood, things are quite different.
Hmm.
The town already kind of remember it was kind of like had a kind of a sort of an old rust belt,
We're back.
broken down kind of vibe, right? Patchwood was kind of like almost like an old
It
abandoned
was
area.
patched
But
together.
now it's industrialized.
Yeah, it was like a post-industrial things. So, but you can see that there used to be a whole series of hospitals here. There was a thriving recruitment center. There was a sawmill. All of that has been destroyed.
I didn't blow that up.
No, well,
The Marquisate
Technically,
cat
Socks
wants to-
actually,
absolutely
technically I
looks
did.
at Artemis. Like he doesn't know
That's pretty
how, but
good.
he knows.
all right.
You see coasters
Meanwhile,
everywhere of that.
meanwhile, however, the Marquisate forces are no longer in Patchwood, having
Are they-
pressed
oh, they're
on
fully
into
pulled.
Underleaf.
So they left nothing behind.
Oh shit!
Right.
Wow, they're getting pretty desperate.
However, the otters,
Those tokens are the old infrastructure, right?
that is actually resources.
Oh,
The
so those are
built-
still there.
The buildings got blown up.
Yeah. the workshop and whatnot.
However, the otters have now built a trading post. And
So they're still doing good.
Yeah, they're flourishing, absolutely. Well, they're it's like
have 2
Oh.
value of troops. In fact, as you arrive, you can see that the town of Patchwood is basically like steaming, like still smoldering piles of ash and building debris. People are living in tents. But down by the waterfront, it has been built up considerably. And you can see that there's probably a dozen Riverfolk fleet ships
look
docked
at all
here.
the gambling boats.
And you can actually see that it looks like the Riverfolk, obviously there's a lot of captains here, skippers of their boats, but you can also see a bunch of otters all wearing gleaming brass breastplates and armed with halberds.
Dang,
And
they stocked.
These are the legendary mercenaries of the Riverfolk Company. And the Riverfolk has sent in their extra reserves under, you would guess, the cat's employ.
Look, guys, it's the adversaries.
We have pretty good reputation with them too.
We
so
do,
I
absolutely.
feel like we should go have a council with them real quick.
So
Let's
yeah,
see if we
what's
can get in
going on.
town without getting hit with a halberd.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a fight.
yeah, it's not an issue for you guys to get into town at all. There's not really much. In fact, the mercenaries don't really care. They're not guarding the town at all.
Oh.
They're unloading from the boats and they're massing here, preparing to attack. Not the town.
Probably reinforce them.
Stocks will go ask. So, where are you guys heading?
One of the otters turns towards you. He's meeting. You're not really meeting anybody important, so I'm not gonna roll it. You have a.
I got +1.
Yeah, most of us have +1 now.
He's not important enough for you guys to do that. But he looks over. He goes, "We have been. We have signed several contracts with the Marquisate. We are massing here, and we are preparing. We are preparing several assaults to keep this war going. The mercenary companies of the Riverfolk Company have never failed, and we don't intend to fail today."
Well, you're probably going to go up the river, so that probably means Underleaf.
The cats have taken care of Underleaf.
Oh, yeah?
Are there any cats left in this town?
Very few. They sent most of their forces west into Underleaf.
Where can I find the ones that are left?
There's not much left. The birds bombed away most of the Marquisate forces. There's a handful of
Terrible.
denizens still scratching to make an existence. It's actually really all that quite sad, but what can you do?
Skipper Magni around?
Oh, Skipper Magni? Of course. He's leading operations here from the Starflow.
That's right.
He points over towards the docks yonder. Although you'll have to have an appointment with him if you want to see him. He's quite busy these days. He kind of looks around.
You got an appointment?
Between me and you, we're not heading west. We're heading south.
Oh shoot! They're going to Sundell?
or Clutch. Well, Clutch.
No, they're probably going to Sundell.
Yeah, they're probably going to Sundell.
Because that's where the other otters are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The otter reinforcements have been coming from upriver.
Oh, so they've been probably coming from either. We don't know.
They
wouldn't come
they've
from
been coming
Iron
from
Bay.
over there. Where are they coming from?
I would say they wouldn't come from
Off
Underleaf.
map.
It'd have
Off
to be-
map.
Off
okay.
map.
The
They're just
Riverfolk
going
Company
down.
goes outside of
Yeah.
Woodland. That's why they
Boom!
can.
Then there's a Walmart. You never know when they're
Yeah.
about to pop up.
Is that another Starbucks?
Cats are getting pretty stretched thin, but I guess their coffers are still pretty full.
Indeed. They don't have men or materiel, but what they do have is money. And they've been paying us quite handsomely, as I'm led to believe.
Well, good luck in Sundell.
Shouldn't be too hard, thanks to certain
Yes.
individuals.
This one.
Hey, they said cause disruption.
Yes,
We
it-
cause disruption.
Actually,
Artemis caused disruption.
actually, I believe they sent their forces west. So actually, if you want, Bob, you can move one of the birds in Sundell to Pinehorn, but then you can move two of the Pinehorns to Fire
So, and
Hollow.
the cats took Underleaf, so does that mean those birds are gone?
The cats did not take Underleaf.
They're
he
there
just
now.
said they did.
No, the cats headed to Underleaf.
Oh, they're on their way.
Yeah, there's a battle. No one
Yeah.
knows what happened yet. I don't even know what happened yet.
roll that.
Stay tuned next week on the next episode.
But the birds were basically moving their forces west because they thought, oh, we're secure here in Sundell. We don't have to worry about it. And we're worried about getting backdoored by the cats. But then the otters are going to totally betray the birds and attack them in Sundell because they were paid to do so.
Very interesting.
Well, I don't know what you guys want to do.
Well, the cats aren't here, so
So,
that's all
yeah.
up in
We're
the air.
not getting paid from that.
No.
Why not?
There ain't no cats.
There's
to
no
pay
cats.
Here
us.
to pay us. The only place that they would be then is Oakenhold.
I don't really
We wanna
want
go to
I don't
Oakenhold.
really want to go to
Yeah.
Oakenhold.
Go back to Underleaf.
Reinforce the cats
Reinforce
coming
the
in
cats.
from behind. I mean,
It's not a bad idea.
that's not a bad idea, really. See if there's anything we could do to kind of clear that up. Or would it be better to go to Sundell with the otters?
Yeah, we could see if they want
Oh.
extra services.
You could
Yeah,
get paid by
they
the
would pay us.
Yeah.
They join up.
We could
And
possibly
an
join
in,
up with the
We got
otters.
good rep.
You got in. You got a good rep.
That was I actually don't mind that.
I'm all for that. If we want to go down to Sundell and take over, finish the mission of really.
By
getting them
the
out of there.
way, as you move into Patchwood and sort of regain, you kind of reappear on the mini map, if you will, like when you go to the forest, you kind of just disappear off the radar. Couple of things. Everyone except for Artemis, mark one notoriety with the Airy dynasties.
Get close to that -2.
And
Birds.
Artemis mark 3 notoriety with the Airy dynasties.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, that puts me 3 away from being -3.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And that's for the bridge. In the attempt to
Yikes.
cut them off. Meanwhile, you guys gain. Now remember, too, you guys are partners.
Yes.
Right.
So
So is that double?
I don't exactly know what partner says. It's on your map.
Yeah.
What's it say?
When you fill this connection, you each mark 2 prestige with the faction you helped and mark 2 notoriety with the faction you harmed.
We did that character creation.
Yeah.
Oh.
During play, if you spotted together, then any prestige or notoriety gains with those factions are double for the 2 of you.
Okay, so you had to know which factions those were. Do you remember them?
I mean, today.
No, like what partner faction? Like that's what he's saying.
Oh.
When you guys formed your
when we
partnership,
helped a faction
got-
take control.
you
of the
got
clearing.
+2 faction, and
Who
you
did
got
we
minus-
kill in refuge? Was it?
We did it in Clutcher's Creek. We freed Clutcher's Creek.
I thought you and Artemis freed Clutcher's Creek, and you and I did the refuge.
I don't have anything with him.
Oh.
I'm with Bob and you.
Yep.
Yeah. Or
Oh.
did we
I-
free the refuge?
we freed the
the refuge
refuge.
from the cats.
All right. So we
'Cause the
saw
cats
So
were
you guys
up
fucked
there.
the cats.
Yeah.
Right.
So what would happen is if you got notoriety gains with the cats, it would be doubled.
Okay.
And who would you free? Where was it from?
The cats were just there. There was nothing there.
So I guess
After
denizens.
So
It would be
Technically,
the denizens.
I mean, when you mark that, I can't see that, Nick. Okay, when you fill in this connection, you each mark 2 prestige with the faction you helped and mark 2 notoriety with the faction you harmed. So there would have
We
been 2
harmed the-
factions.
yeah.
You would have helped
the
denizens,
and we would have
right,
harmed the
you would
cats,
have
which
harmed the cats.
we marked those already at that time.
Right. So what happens is during play, if you're spotted together, then any prestige or notoriety gains with those factions are doubled. But it's any prestige or notoriety gains. So
when we
you
lost
get double
notor-
prestige and double notoriety
with the denizens and the cats.
with the denizens and cats.
Yeah.
When you guys are seen
We'll
together.
mark
So you
those
guys were
down.
seen together. Underleaf, Woodland Alliance is taken out. So the cats are really happy about that because they had been attacking cats. So everybody gains 3 prestige with the Marquisate to cat.
So we gained 6.
But you guys gain 6 boxes.
Sweet.
3 and then
+1 with the cats.
I'm +1 with the cats.
Almost +2.
No one can hear you.
I wasn't saying it loud.
Okay.
Almost +2.
That's like the first time I think
What?
anyone's probably heard you the whole time. Okay, so yeah, you guys are very famous. The cats are well aware of both of you. So when you guys work together, your reputation.
At this point, only the birds don't like me.
seems
So
accurate.
I don't know. Somehow, like everyone's like, yeah, we love socks.
You and I are the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
The birds are the only one that I have a -1 with. Everyone else is like, yeah, we're cool.
Yeah.
Socks turned out to be the cute one.
Yep, sounds about right.
All right, so
Everyone likes a good
what do you
trash
guys want to
panda.
do?
I want to see if what the pay is for a little
Go talk-
mercenary.
Yeah, at this
service.
point,
Talk to
fuck
the skipper.
birds,
Yeah,
so-
go talk to the skipper. No, I agree.
Fugate Pigeon.
Who got that pigeon?
Is
let's
there
go talk to
anything
the
left in
skipper.
those supplies that we can?
No, that is basically what the River Folk Company have taken over. If you want to get access to those resources, you're gonna have to talk to the River Folk Company.
So to the skipper we go.
And they
Okay.
and they will say no.
Well, I didn't know.
But they
about that.
like
I'm just
me a
saying I think
lot.
We need to go talk to him.
You could try make a move, but you'd have to actually do something in the narrative to make them want to give that to you. All right. Well, Skipper Magni has worked with you before.
Yep.
You guys did the mission in Sundell. You're kind of a little bit of you're definitely on pro Otter. In fact, you're part of the reason for this move. So Skipper Magni, happy to see you again. Remember, he skippers the boat, the Starflow, the pride of the company fleet. He is the tip of the company's spear, and he is not afraid to take mercenary conflicts or to start a fight on behalf of the company.
What's up, Skip?
Yeah, the grizzled old otter kind of smiles at you guys. So, been busy.
Busy us now. Been camping.
Yeah, last I heard you headed west to Underleaf.
Underleaf. Under never heard of her.
Nobody ever has.
There's no more leaves now left.
There's no more leaves now.
Trees.
Well,
They can't be under anything.
Godspeed to those cats. They're gonna have themselves a hell of a fight in Underleaf.
Yeah, birds are a little slow.
Well, then I think Artemis here helped out a little bit to slow down their advance. Yeah.
Having some more fun.
My explosive personality.
Got it. Well, you're doing a hell of a good job. Thanks to your actions, not just in Sundell, but over in Underleaf. This war is going to go on for maybe an entire generation.
You're welcome.
Just think of all the people who are gonna die.
And when they die, there's property to be claimed, homes to seize, debts to assets to tax. It's going to be a beautiful
Repo.
You're really in the mortgages.
I was gonna say, where do I get into the stock in this? Can I buy some stock in the Otter Company to get on this to make
They
some
probably
money
sell
here?
stuff.
We like to keep it to ourselves. But that being said, you have helped us before, and you have certainly proven yourself quite equal. And you have scratched our back, and let's just say we've scratched yours.
Why don't you take care of that?
Wink, wink,
Yeah.
wink.
What is he talking about?
What
Why is he winking at you?
what was that, by the way?
It was a complicated situation. Let's just put it that way.
Is it all handled now?
It's handled.
Excellent.
It's handled. So,
You want to include us on what's handled here?
Dinner plans.
any case, I am pretty busy, as you could tell. We are preparing to sail to war. And,
To Sundell, I understand.
the boys must be talking, huh? Well, I can't blame them. They're itching for a fight. It's been too long since the otters have gotten their paddles dirty. I don't know what otters have.
I don't even know what they eat.
I don't know what they
I don't know what they eat.
Since they got
Gotta
their,
get them-
their flippers dirty.
Get that tail
Flippers
wet.
Get that tail wet.
Gotta head down to Milltown.
Yeah, well,
That's the celebration. They're gonna go down there,
no, we are
travel downriver.
we are on the verge of basically completely controlling the entire Great Lake. If we can establish a control of Sundell, helping the Marquisate, of course, but we're really going to just help ourselves out.
Excellent.
The Marquisate. Oh, boy, we're just going to bleed them dry, and then when they're done, leave their corpses to rot.
Love it.
Does that mean you can go back to the birds?
Oh, about that point in time, I think we'll probably have started funding the lizards enough to keep the conflict going for another.
Who are the lizards?
Does he recognize the robe and the? And
No,
the,
he cut the robe off of him.
No,
he
he just
just
cut
cut
it
it.
off.
I just caught it.
But he
yeah.
still has the.
He's still
medallion.
wearing. He's been wearing the
And I gotta have the
tatters.
medallion too. I'm just rocking it.
Right. And Skipper Magni goes, respect.
Oh!
But you're not like actually.
No. I took this off of a dead cult leader.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
I think I am the cult leader.
I'm pretty sure you've taken over at this point. This is now.
Well, lads, I can see a glint in your eyes, and the answer is yes.
All right.
We
That
are
was easy.
We're setting sail tomorrow for Sundell. We should be there within a few days, and we expect to have a heavy fight on our hands. We could use your help if you're willing to molt some more feathers for us.
Let's talk negotiations here. We're gonna need Artemis to be fully supplied again. Get his fix in for some.
We'll fill your pouches and coffers right now. I will offer you each 10 value of coin if you lead the tip of the
Sold.
spear. 4 vagabonds could save the lives of dozens, if not hundreds, of my men. And I'd be happy to part ways with the money.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Skipper.
Skipper.
All right, what's the plan?
We going on a
So cringe.
So the plan is
3-hour cruise?
the plan is we set sail tomorrow. We will infiltrate. At dawn. You all will go in first. The Airy dynasty, I think, will be waiting for us to a certain degree, but maybe not have all of their forces. If you can overwhelm their forces at the docks, that'll allow us to land easily. We won't have to get messy on the beaches. Instead, we can secure a foothold at the docks and work our way in, fighting block by block as we can. But that initial sort of, June 6th, 1944, taking the
Normandy.
initial wave, Normandy,
Yeah.
that's perfect for you guys.
I have a better idea.
That was a pretty good idea.
I mean, I thought
It's not bad, but what if
Son,
so yeah,
just don't.
we're getting paid here.
I mean, if you want to do something on your own, great. I'll happily take the money back.
No,
No, you don't understand. If you're getting paid by the Riverfolk Company, then you're going to follow Riverfolk Company rules, regulations, laws, and orders. If you don't, let's just say an otter always pays his debts.
What are you doing?
flipping the coins because I'm going.
I was fine
I got-
with it.
I got that 10 gold.
I'm fully
10
on board
value.
with Stormin. Don't get me wrong,
Storm and Norman.
but I'm just saying, we do have Excalibur to lower their guard, maybe.
You trying to like walk up Highlander style?
This isn't a political battle.
It's not, but it's Excalibur. They will revere it.
Who? The soldiers sent to die at the docks because the otters are
The
coming?
Erie Dynasty might see that,
And
we
do
come
what?
brandishing
Kill
it.
us harder?
I think it just helps us with like certain checks, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you were trying to, convince them that you
Yeah.
mean them no harm, but
It's not going to help us
you're
like
leading an assault
melee.
with
Yeah.
dozens of boats and hundreds of soldiers.
Yeah, I guess not.
It
I was
could
going
have
to say
helped us more in
try to go as an
negotiations.
advance party to do that to lull them, and then the
Well, no, they want
assault
you to lull
comes,
them.
But
They want you to kill them.
all right. Well, it was to catch them off guard, basically.
I understand the problem. This mission is exactly the sort of thing that, we're good at. Honestly, I have to compliment your leadership style. You set us up for success. You knew exactly who you were working with.
I like
No
this.
when you said infiltrate, I got concerned, and I was like, oh, no, he meant, assault.
Yes.
Okay.
I just meant ahead of the main body.
Right, yeah, Vanguard.
All right,
Yeah,
then, here we go.
Go
Yes.
in, cause chaos, kill.
Right. Exactly.
One question.
Yes.
They do have flyers. Can we get any range support as we go in?
Us otters, not really good at all.
No bows, no cannons?
We have a couple of
No, what is those dragon ones from Game of Thrones?
scorpions.
Yeah, you don't got any scorpions.
Yeah, the big crossbows.
Most of the time, we rely on our net launchers.
Bring
Bring 'em
too
down.
short range, though.
Artemis, what can you build?
Well, but it's not really a problem. I mean, when the birds are up high, what can they really do to us?
That's true. They have to come down low to doing all right, yeah, that's probably
It's
fine.
not like they have bombs.
But didn't your town just get bombed?
Well,
Yeah, they use their
about
bombs on
that.
Patchwood.
Oh, so you're saying they're
Honey
depleted?
for you. Our sources indicate that it's going to be some time before they're able to do that. Apparently, the person who originally built the bombs was a mad scientist, a tinkerer of great power and renown, who was able to build such diabolic inventions.
How many of these guys are running around here?
So you're saying they need more bombs?
I'm saying the Erie Dynasty? Oh,
Yeah,
they'd
but
pay
they
through the
pay
nose
well
for
for
more bombs.
What's that
those.
fire from Game of
Don't
Thrones?
you hate
Wildfire.
Is that wildfire?
They hate me. I don't hate anybody. I like money.
I like anyone. I
money.
like money.
Money.
Well, I think this is a great.
All right, yeah, that sounds great. What
Yeah.
time tomorrow?
Well, we're leaving in the morning, so.
All right.
At dawn.
Yeah,
We sail.
what boat are we on? I guess the matter.
Oh, yeah.
Some details.
You'll be on the Starflow. All right. Well,
Oh, the head of the spear.
so you guys spend a night in safe and well set up
On the
situation?
Starflow?
So you guys you clear an exhaustion?
We
So
sleeping on the
actually-
Starflow?
Derek.
Bob can't help
Bob's
himself.
gonna steal something. I know it.
He has
He's going to
a
the safe.
safe
You're going to
behind
the
a
safe, aren't you?
painting. Can I
You just
try?
got 10 value, man.
Don't talk over other people.
I can try to. Can I try to go get it?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Oh,
we
they
can.
pay up front.
No.
Ah. Well, I'm gonna
We
try
don't
it.
get a down deposit because
There's probably the exact amount in that damn safe.
Because if you
I'm
just
just
fail,
stealing
you're
our.
dead. So why would they give you money?
It's true.
But they did
paid us
supply
one-
us, which is good.
Okay,
They did
that's
do
true.
that. But I
Right,
would like
they
to.
resupplied you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is technically worth value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to go into the safe and see what's going on in there. See what he's got.
Well, there's
behind the
several
painting.
situations that need to happen first.
I'm not on the boat when this happens, and I don't need to rest tonight. So I want to check on the Denzians and see what's going on there. If
Okay.
they need any help that I can provide.
From that folk hero. You're the folk hero.
And the folk
They've
hero,
heard
yeah.
stories of your
right.
greatness.
So Socks goes out amongst the people of
Mhm.
Patchwood, and it's pretty rough. The otters are basically completely ignoring the plight of the town, even
Yep.
though they have all this money and wealth. They're just not concerned. They're basically just using it as a rest stop for their boats. The people that were here, remember, this was sort of a kind of cosmopolitan town. The cats came in and sort of like, hey, we're here to help you, and everyone's like, yeah, and they're signing up. Well, all those people got killed, and the cat army, which was actually the real cats, left.
Right.
And now it's just they have nothing and no one, and all the resources that they built under the cats have been sold to
so they
the
have literally
otters.
nothing. They're just
So,
homeless
like,
people at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's
They're not being approached.
it's like, San Francisco on a bad day. It's really bad.
Yeah, Sock's gonna try to find out why these people are still here. Actually,
This is our home.
I don't know if I can do this with an NPC. What do I need to do to convince these people to either go to Oakfield or go to the refuge and get out here?
To abandon their home.
Which doesn't exist.
Why?
What, do you have a reputation with them?
These are just little.
Those are the denizens,
Yeah.
right?
Plus
These
one.
are the denizens.
I got +1.
Well, then, yeah, you could.
Well, I'm trying to learn what I need to do to convince them.
You're respected amongst them. Let's see here. So when you try to sway an open or vulnerable NPC by appealing to their belief in your reputation,
Okay.
roll with reputation for their faction.
So +1.
5.
All right. Ooh. On a hit.
Sounds like a consequence.
Pull out a knife and shank
You're
you.
dead.
All right. On a miss, the NPC will take the wrong message away from you. The GM will. Okay, got it. So, they basically turn to you and they go, "Abandon. Patchwood was bombed by the Airy dynasty because we helped you."
What?
Yes,
Why?
because they knew that you went north from Sundale.
We were in Patchwood for less than 2 days.
Yes,
Why would they bomb this town?
because the cats gave you aid. The cats, the Airy thinks that the cats were the responsible for Sundale, not the otters. The otters are just playing everybody.
That's true.
That is true. Yeah, that checks out.
In fact, I'm willing to bet it was the otters who sold us out to the Airy.
I could see that.
That also
I
checks
could
out.
see that.
How many ships are there?
Well, still,
Getting a little.
what are you
trigger
going to
happy.
do? How are you going to rebuild? You have nothing.
I like the cats. I don't want to see them get screwed over.
I mean, this is our home. It may not be much, but most of us don't have the money or means to go elsewhere. I'd rather be homeless in my hometown than homeless in someone else's town. You think the other places are any better off? What, am I going to go to Underleaf? Have you heard what happened there?
No, dude. tell
Rumors
us.
suggest that the town has been destroyed.
How much do these guys need to start rebuilding?
Oakenhold, they would just turn us aside. They wouldn't even let us get in.
Now, so much for the generosity of the cats.
Well, the giving is good when the getting is good. The cats are on their last claw.
I love
Last Life would have been
I-
better, but Last Claw's still pretty good.
All right.
Both good.
I like. Oh yeah, the cats have spent 8 lives. I got 1 life
I
left.
need to play some more L5R to get some more animal puns from Smith.
And Wind Gap Refuge, they're not much better off than we are. But even they are an isolationist group. They're not going to help
Some
us.
hippies up there.
And we can't go into the woods. We'll be dead.
That was a bear.
How much Sox tries to determine is how
And even
Much.
then, it's only a matter of time. By the way, if the Airy wins in Underleaf,
Mhm.
then it's only a matter of time before the Airy pushes on into Patchwood too.
well, which is still going to kill him, isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, did he just make an argument against himself?
All I know is
Didn't
this.
you just
Not-
make an argument
not
against
area-
yourself?
If they give earring of
The
protection.
Airy dynasty ruled over the woodland for hundreds of years. And there was safety. There was no war. I believe that we could do better on our own. I just don't think we can. The Airy may be harsh, unforgiving, unflexible, but,
That's a sad thought.
sometimes you have to trade freedom for safety. And
Just better to die at that point.
easy for you to say. I got kids.
He could take care of that.
Sounds like you're oppressed.
Oh, these kids, they're busting my ass every day, keeping me up.
How much do these people need to like get started to rebuild this? Like, I know it's a lot.
20 value?
29. Okay. Okay. All right. I go back to the skipper.
Yeah, socks. Well, hold on a sec. Actually, while you're going back to the thing, I forgot that Bob was trying to steal from him.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna walk in.
Go up to
step
his,
into my office.
yeah.
Oh shit! What are you doing?
Go up to the cabin and try to. I assume it's locked.
Well, Bob,
Well.
you're gonna have to get up there by. I'm assuming if you're gonna try to sneak up there.
Yeah, I guess I'm sneaking or hiding around. I would love to use hide.
Well, hide lets you disappear from view and remain hidden, and sneak lets you get into or out of places without being seen.
So it has
So
to be
you need to
sneak.
sneak.
It has
That
to be
sounds like you're
sneak.
trying to
So sneak is going to be luck.
Oh,
Trusting
you don't
fate.
have that.
I don't have sneak. I have hide.
Okay,
Yeah. So I have to do sneak first.
got it.
So I have to trust fate.
Yep.
That's luck.
Yep.
Luckily, I've increased my luck from last session.
Great.
So +2. That's a
Ayo,
9.
That's a 9. All right, Bob. When you trust fate,
Mhm.
roll luck. On a hit, you scrape by or barrel through, but at a cost.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Bob, you sneak in,
Mhm.
and it doesn't seem like there's any sort of problems or issues whatsoever.
That sounds ominous.
Right.
Everything's totally cool.
Everything is totally cool.
Lovely.
Pay no attention to the box that's moving.
Lovely. All right. Well, I guess I'm at the.
Yeah, so you sneak up to the skipper's
Yeah.
Private
Yep.
office room.
Yep.
It's quiet, it's empty,
Great.
and of course you can see the portrait on the wall where
So
you
when
know
I've been
that,
eyeing for sessions.
you know that there is a safe behind it.
All right.
All right.
I'll go try to pick the lock,
All right. So that is a pick lock,
which I do have.
which you do have. All right, so now you're attempting a roguish feat. This is with finesse.
This one is actually worse for me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the problem is I don't have anything that's outside of battle to do anything like this. So.
Hold on.
Well, you're not
I'm
with
not
me.
there.
Yeah. So anyway, +0. 7.
Great. All right, so you succeed, but you have to mark exhaustion or a risk comes to bear.
Exhaustion it is.
So this is the advantage that you have.
Risk it for the
No
biscuit.
way.
You spin, pick, you work on the safe, and then the safe swings open.
What do I see? It's
Inside,
exactly 40 GP the amount he was going to pay us. Dang it.
inside are probably, it's probably it's not just coins.
Mhm.
It's also valuable gems and jewels, and just like basically a ton of money.
Anything besides money.
I mean, there's gems and jewels.
Yeah. I got
You're
gems
looking
and
for
jewels.
like items,
I'm just looking if there's like anything that's like a lot more interesting than that.
like more medallions.
No, I got a medallion. I got money. Money is not fun. I can earn money going to go kill some people in Sundell. I was like, does he have any paperwork that is
What is it
something?
with you and
You and
paper,
the
man?
Give me
ledgers.
ledgers.
Like,
Does he have like a map or something rare? Something that is not
that-
seen.
is that the Krusty Krab secret Krabby Patty
Yeah, this is
recipe?
KFC recipe.
The KFC. Coca-Cola?
If not, I guess I'll just take a gem. But I'd rather not steal anything that I don't need to.
And then you hear
Oh
a
fuck!
low, and then you hear a low whistle come from the other side of the room.
Damn it!
And you look over and you see that there is an individual in the shadows hiding who steps forward, an otter, but with a kind of grizzled and mangy appearance.
To be fair, I knew you were there the whole time.
That's nice work. I didn't know how I was going to get into that safe.
Fuck! It's another damn bag of.
It's another vagabond.
Damn it.
Quick, shut it. Shut it.
I know who you are, Lucius. Name's Gunvald.
It's a sweet name.
I know. But what are you doing here besides just filling your pockets?
That's the thing. Not really just filling my pockets. Just out for a little thrill.
Well, in that case, if if you're wanting to, you can leave, and I'll happily help myself to that son of a bitch's larder.
I don't mind you having all this stuff.
Sweet.
But
He
my
walks-
question
He
is,
walks over and starts pouring all of the money.
what
is
do
gonna
you
be-
got?
What do you mean?
I'll let you have whatever's in here, but I feel like an even trades.
Trade?
What ledger do you have on you?
What you got on you?
I have my stuff. It's going to stay that way. Now move out of the way.
Nah, that's not something I can.
Well, listen,
Part with so
Softball,
easy.
you don't want to start with me.
That sounds like exactly what I want to do.
That sounds a little intimidating.
He like looks at, he takes a look at you and kind of looks you up and down. Bob, you're meeting someone important, so go ahead and roll. Now, vagabonds don't really have reputation, so just roll with +0.
Great. 4.
All right. So you don't really know anything about Gunvald.
Okay.
Other than the sweet name.
Other than that, you heard that he used to be a riverfolk mercenary captain.
Oh, so
But,
he's a
yeah,
traitor
it seems-
potentially.
And Gunvald kind of like, he kind of like flashes you like a smile. All right, son, move aside. I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to get hurt either.
Good.
But
Look. I offered you half. You did the hard work of picking the lock.
again, it's not about the money.
Well, then go steal something else. You picked a shitty
when is
target.
this world
It's
gonna
not my
have
fault.
a better type of villain?
Hey, we got a $5 super chat. Wish I could tip, but PayPal and I got beef. That happens.
Fair enough.
That being said, come on, Knights of Last Con. the name was right there.
There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually.
That
That
is
is
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah. So basically,
I think that would just be confusing.
it would. They're like, is this the
wait,
last one?
Is
that
this
we
the
get to-
last one? It's
the one and only?
Honestly, it probably is. It's like, and in other news, the con bankrupted us, and we can no longer
Mission
We
accomplished.
can no longer do the channel as our secret thing.
So basically, I feel like I'm wealthy enough. Gems and jewels don't really
Yeah.
thrill me. If he doesn't have anything of value that I would think is valuable, something like cool.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah. Picking up what I'm laying down.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Skipper Magni, supposedly, they say, has something more rare and valuable than has been seen in a lifetime. They say that Skipper Magni, in his own personal quarters,
Fuck. This is in his quarters?
no, this is his office,
Damn it.
has a dragon egg.
Ooh, that perked him up pretty good.
Where's this? What's the one where I can see if he's telling the truth?
You can figure someone out.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All right. So, well, how do you do that? Now, remember, it doesn't have to be through conversation. It
Correct.
can also just be through like, I'm looking at him. Like,
well, I want to know if that's me with the rumors I've heard too.
Okay.
I mean, if something that important, I feel like more than just him has heard it, but I probably haven't had any confirmation. But I can't tell if this is like him just blowing smoke up my ass.
right. Roll charm.
Charm. So this is +2. So 6 + 2 is 8.
So you can ask one question from the figure someone out.
yeah,
Question.
is your character telling the truth?
Yep. He's telling the truth.
Then I'm out of here.
He goes,
He
he goes, he goes, I know he's telling the truth. I was there that day. A lot of good otters died in that ruin when Skipper Magni took us into the woods to try to go to an ancient place, an ancient temple of the lizard cult, where once their great rituals were held, seeking what he called a great treasure.
You know, he's got the egg, he's got the medallion. Maybe he actually is a cult follower.
No, he's the cult leader, not the follower.
Maybe.
But to
Maybe-
find out tonight.
Think about it. Like the otters, right? Their whole thing is backstabbing.
Yeah.
So he's an otter. What if the ultimate thing he does is backstab the otters for the cult?
Plot twist.
Dun dun dun.
All right. Well,
Derek just replaces all the otters with lizard.
it was lizard
All right.
wearing otter.
Socks
suit.
is still like, who are the lizards?
I don't want to hog the attention, but I do want to then go try to steal this egg.
You are hogging the attention.
I don't want to.
All right, but you're gonna try to steal this egg.
He's gonna know. I don't want to. That seems like something that.
Also, you can't.
he's
see-
not going to know about the safe that's now empty.
yeah, well,
He's not going to notice that.
I'm gonna get out of there.
Yeah,
That's
but
gonna
he
be
has,
that's the other guy.
information that he can say, hey, dude, I saw some
right.
other otter
Yeah.
roaming around.
I'll do it on the way back.
You will definitely have to trick an NPC though.
All right,
No,
I'm out.
absolutely. But you can still use that to say, hey,
I'm
I
just-
saw somebody sneaking around,
I'm
another
just going back
otter.
to my quarters for the night.
Let me
Guys.
ask you this: so your house got broken into, okay, and there's clearly like a guy who broke into your house. And he
Yes.
goes, "Oh, I saw some guy." You know?
Yeah, but he has a description.
It
He can
was
say,
him.
Yeah, there was a.
I got
there was
a
an
name.
otter.
Oh, that's true. All
I
right.
do have a
You
name.
you
How
have
do you get it?
description
How'd you
and
get a
all that
name?
So true.
Well,
So I was- see what happened was.
What
hide your
happened?
kids, hide your wife.
All right.
No, I'll just go back to my quarters for the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gunvald helps himself to the Skipper Magny's larder or safe. And
Just
you
at least leave 40 of value in there, just in case that was the money we're owed.
Shit, we ain't getting paid.
All right. Well, morning comes. You guys awaken, but socks.
Right.
Back in the town.
Yeah, I go back to talk to the skipper.
Okay. Yeah. So it'd have to be like the next morning.
Sure.
Because he's asleep.
Yeah.
So early the next morning, the skipper says, "How can I help you, Socks? I'm very busy."
I'm really sorry to inconvenience you, but I'm going to need a full advancement on my pay.
Oh my god, dude.
This is so bad. There's gonna be no money left to pay you.
I don't. Socks doesn't know any of this
Well,
shit.
no, he probably
Socks-
doesn't
no,
even know
Socks-
that his safe was broken into yet.
I respect your forwardness and your bluntness, but that's usually not company policy.
Listen, I know how this works.
You well do.
What do you want?
Hmm.
You know what? I'll show you the most respect anyone can show an otter. You got me by my testicles. All right, my cards are on the table. What do you want?
Well, I want to work with you, of course. Here's the deal. I will give you your money in advance. However, I will have to charge you interest since it's essentially a loan against it. So after the deal at Sundale is done, your 10 will be paid back. But the Riverfolk Company will require a further 3 of value in coin or superior material to compensate us for the early exchange of
30% interest rate.
Great.
man.
Can I
That's
pay
pretty
that
rough.
back with some service if I'm short?
we could arrange something.
Perfect. That sounds great.
All right.
Thank you for your generosity.
Let me just see if I have. Oh, look at this, a contract. He pulls out a.
It's like he thought you were coming already.
It's like a devil's contract.
Yeah, the pen. I'm not even going to try to read this, so yeah, whatever.
You're my favorite type of
I know.
customer.
I
You
know.
just signed away your
Yeah.
left testicle.
Come with me. I will go get you your money.
All right, I go with him.
All right. So he heads up to his cabin, and as he opens it up for the morning and opens it up, he goes to his portrait.
Yep.
Opens it up, spins the lock, opens it,
Socks looks over his shoulder.
empty.
So good news, the contract is null and void because he can't pay you in advance.
Do you have a false bottle?
He quickly closes it. I forgot the minor accounting error. He moves over.
They need
to
better
his-
with those ledgers.
He moves over to his desk. He pulls out a couple drawers and pulls out a small bulging sack of coins. Pans it over. 10 value of coins. There you go.
Thanks. All right, I need
Just
15 minutes and I'll be on the boat.
we leave in an hour. You'll be okay. He seems shaken, but
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm completely fine. Everything is normal.
Well, if you need something, I'm under your employ.
Will
Chill
do.
on himself.
You
Like
go
he
ahead and
walk out
take
the
as much time
door.
in town as you need. I just need to go take care of something real quick.
Okay. I don't want to miss the boat. I'll see you in an hour. So then I head over to the otter quartermaster.
Okay. Yes.
All right. I'm like, hey, you need arms because you're a quartermaster, right? That's how this works.
Well, we're shipping out today at this point. I think everyone has most of what they need.
Well, just in case, give me a good deal on this longsword. It's pristine. Technically, I've never used it in this campaign.
Accurate. With the base value?
Base value's 5.
I'll give you 4.
How about 6? Because it was the famous sword of Socks the Raccoon.
How about you persuade an NPC? Roll with charm.
You wouldn't believe this sword.
8, 7.
Oh, you have
So,
-1?
Charm. And yet somehow I'm still charming. I don't know.
the GM will tell you what they need to do to sway them. Fine. but I'll need to get a picture with you so I can prove it.
Will you sign my longsword?
Yeah. He goes, fine, 6. And he gives you 6 value.
Excellent. Great. My longsword's good.
All right. Put it back in the deck.
All right.
What else you trying to sell?
Well, I'm not selling my bow because I actually need to be functional in this campaign.
Fair enough.
But we are moving soon, so I will get to recover my depletion. So, Derek.
Yep.
I expend 4 depletion.
Yep.
Which puts me at exactly 20 value. I go back
Well
to
played.
the Desidents.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What a nice
last
guy.
you're probably right. I probably fucked everything up. And I don't have really good advice because no matter what you do or where you go, someone's going to kill you. So you know what? You want to stay here, make your stand, die for your homeland, save your children. That's the best plan I've heard yet, to be honest. Here you go. Good luck. Make the best of it.
They kind of look at this. They're like, this is a king's ransom.
Quick to the
This,
riverboat.
this is
to
exact
gamble it.
money you needed.
Quick to the king of the casino.
We can double it. I swear. I know the
I
system.
know. I have a system. A bird, a martingale told me. They have tears in their eyes. Several people are coming out as everyone's seeing that you've brought this, basically like several large sacks of coin, and river folk gold, like it's river folk script, so it's like good quality stuff, like they'll be able to trade for it. And they basically are eternally grateful. Smith gain 8 prestige with the denizens.
Jeez.
Now it's not doubled
Because he's
Because
not.
I
because he's
wasn't
not
there.
with it,
Yeah.
but gain 8
I
prestige
mean,
with
20
the denizens.
value just dropping is baller move.
Right.
That's sweet.
I
probably could have stole that
nice.
much, but
Meanwhile, on the ship.
I go back to the ship.
So you're heading back to the ship. Meanwhile,
Oh,
on the ship, Vance,
I say it.
you're in your room.
Yep.
On the thing, and then you hear
I was like,
you hear
I'm
several.
assuming we're like next to each other, and like
Yeah,
I'm
you're
hearing
fairly close.
that.
No.
Not on my door, on
Your
his-
door.
Okay.
You hear several bolts being thrown from the outside,
bolts.
like bolts, door bolts,
Oh.
like deadbolts.
Oh, someone's locking.
Like locking me in.
Yes.
Oh, shrimp.
And then the door to your little cabin.
Oh fuck! They're
They're barring me in
Ah,
to get to
That's
you.
smart.
That's exactly what they're doing.
I wonder how they
If
figured
only-
it out.
If only I can crash and smash this
Break
door
something?
and try to see if I can bust through.
Okay,
it.
I just gotta appreciate the cunning of the auditor here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
right.
yeah, he knew. He knew.
They gave
exactly
me
where to go to.
exactly what I wanted. They
Got
left
you
him
off the
alone.
ship.
They locked you up, and they're about to rape murder you.
So
Remember
bad.
that? Remember that knife
So-
that was by your throat before?
That seems
There's
like the-
not going to be much
So
stoppage.
in the session where he initially infiltrated to look at the safe,
Mhm.
and
Oh, we saw the safe during the first.
right, this was the first thing. He rolled like a 7 or something, or there was a miss or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, like the skipper
Yep.
notices you noticing
the
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So he immediately thought, safe's gone. Lucius is on board.
Right.
It's got to be you.
also, if you remember, he rolled a 6 or a
Just
7
now,
On the
yeah.
sneak.
on the sneak in.
Yeah.
And so what ended up happening is
Security cameras.
not security cameras, but
Security.
like he had a hint and an inkling, and so like he doesn't have like 100% proof, but he's pretty.
Gunvale
he's
tipped them
pretty
off.
So your door to your
Fuck.
cabin swings open, and 3 huge otter guards, like these guys are just jacked, come muscling in, and then behind them, Skipper Magni comes kind of walking in slowly.
I don't think
but-
I ordered a wake up call.
What's
And-
up, Skip?
Skipper Magni looks at you and he goes to the the 3 guardsmen. Wait outside.
This is getting personal. What's up, Skip?
Save your words, brother.
Okay.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a gleaming red glowing orb. The time of ascension has come.
He's totally the call leader.
Oh, you're so
You pull out the bling bling.
As he does so, you see the ruby eyes of your gold medallion, remember?
Oh,
seem
yeah.
to shine with a light as they respond to the ruby gem of the dragon egg. And the skipper looks at you like,
What is it?
our ascendancy is at hand. We'll begin today in Sundell, and soon all the woodland will know the peace of the great worm.
I bow just slightly low.
Excellent, brother. All right. We're going to end the session.
Oh,
there.
this is
Wow.
so cool. Lizard
I was like, I'm
cold.
bashing on the door trying to get out, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to you there in a minute, but it's I think it's like 9:15, so we're going to wrap it up.
Fair enough.
That's funny.
All right. So, to note, Underleaf's fate is unknown. The Vagabonds did some work, but not quite enough, and now a battle has taken place between the Marquisate and the Erie dynasties. Meanwhile, Patchwood has been saved from basically from devastation by the largesse of Socks the Raccoon, who has not only taken all of his money, but a vig on the money and traded in all of his depletion and his own longsword to pay for it. Meanwhile, Gunvald stole all the money, but the skipper doesn't seem to care. Instead, he thinks you are, because you've got the medallion. He thinks that that's legit because it is legit.
Technically, it is legit.
Yeah, so technically, he was the cult.
It's like one of those.
the cult's in on stealing.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those asshole like GM moves where it's like he goes back to the thing and commits, casts an augury spell to be like, is he really a cult leader of the Lizard Cult? And it's like, well, yes, technically he is.
He's got the bling to show it. I mean,
So we're gonna end there. The Skipper Magni is indeed
That's hilarious.
the high priest of the Great Worm.
Looks like your wife just joined the chat.
Katie's in the chat. All right. So as always,
So
when we
Gunvald might be a good guy who knows that he's a cult leader and wants to like stop the lizards.
Oh.
And Artemis is probably going to start blowing up boats.
yeah. He's been a little too quiet. We
Not
haven't
because
been
he
keeping track on
cares,
him.
but because he hasn't blown up a boat yet.
That is a good point. He's done a bridge. He's done a tower. He's done the whole damn
Yeah.
trees.
all right.
That
So
boat.
There's a lot of people on the boats too.
And a lot of people on the boats.
end of session. Let's go through drives. Did anybody hit a drive or two?
I think I got thrills. That'd be the only one.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that'd
So
be the
Bob,
only
Mark,
one.
and advancement.
Yes.
Anything from Vance? From
Wanted.
yeah, yeah, that definitely happened to you. So definitely mark an advance for you there, Mr. Artemis.
Protection.
Yep, for sure. Mark an advancement. What do you got from us, Socks?
I see what folk hero is.
Got it.
A significant act of service or heroism.
There you go. Well, not heroism, but service.
I
Yes.
was gonna
Yes.
say 10 gold definitely
Yeah, so that
classifies
counts.
as that.
I don't
So-
think I
Value
freed
sect.
anyone from oppression, unless the oppression of poverty counts.
Did you? No, they weren't like being directly oppressed. So I would say that that's not quite
All right.
oppression.
Just semi.
In
Indirectly oppressed.
fact, actually, people were basically leaving them alone to their own demise.
That's true, yeah.
And
So
now
everybody
what
mark.
you did was you made him a target with all that.
Everybody
gold
mark-
back.
They've already lost it all.
Everybody mark an advancement. Remember, you can take +1 to a stat, going up to a maximum of +2. You can take a move from your starting playbook. You can take a move from any other playbook in the game. You can take an additional 2 weapon skills. You can take an additional 2 roguish feats. You can add a harm box to any one of your tracks. You
Is
can
there a max to that?
6, but that's outside of anything that you would get from your class feature.
Oh, so you can
So
go into
plus
even
two.
more than
So I
6.
can
Yeah.
go to 7.
What,
In injury,
what
right?
does injury? What does Hardy do?
Take 1 additional injury box.
Yeah, so you could go all the way to 7.
Ooh.
So I can go to 7 on depletion because I have big pockets. It gives me 2
Yep.
boxes of depletion.
Correct. If
Yeah, we're
you
going with an extra injury box on that one.
I'm gonna take sneak
you get 2 roguish feats.
and counterfeit.
Okay.
I don't really have another one. I just want the one. I just want sneak.
And
Got
you
it.
get-
It's either I
Um,
take
And
acrobatics.
with
it's one of those
roguish
two.
feats, the maximum is 6 that you can take.
That's what I'm at.
Did
Okay.
you take sneak?
But that doesn't include anything that you might have gotten from one of your
My
like,
moves.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
moves.
it's not. Yeah, I'm at 6 now.
And then
No, sorry. I didn't really want to, but I thought it was appropriate. It's not a bad thing. I ended up taking charm just because I've been doing so much talking and not murdering.
yeah, no, I mean, that makes
What are you
sense.
up to then? 0?
Yeah, actually, so my stats are baller now. I'm 0 + 2 + 2, 0, 1.
That's good.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Rangers are cool. I like
well,
the stat array.
also there's a big difference because remember you pass on a 7,
Mhm.
Right.
and 2d6 average is 7.
7. Yeah.
So when you go from I fail on a 7, remember 7 is the most likely number.
Right.
So 7 before, which is 6 of the 36
yeah.
combinations of 2d6.
I've definitely failed on partials.
6.
Yeah.
6 is 1/6 of the results are 7, which would be a failure for you.
Yeah.
And that changes 6 numbers out of 36 from a failure to a success. It's the biggest change you can get in the game, actually, is going from a -1 to 0.
That makes sense.
in terms of mathematical.
And that's huge. Yeah.
That's
Um,
why I did that with luck.
And
It is.
Sasha's now
Additionally,
more charming.
remember, at the end of every session, you guys can change your character. You can replace
Cleans as
one drive with a new drive. You can replace a nature with a new nature, or you can replace a connection with a new
I need a
connection.
new nature for sure.
So, I mean, another thing to think about this, gentlemen, is if a drive or nature hasn't been coming up for you, it probably means that that's not actually what your nature or drive
That's
is,
kind of what I'm getting
because
at.
it means that you're not doing that thing.
See, I was really hoping we were going to get paid here to tip off the greed there, but apparently we didn't get the advancement this time.
No, it's when you actually get the coin.
Right. So that's why I was hoping for that. Nah.
Technically, like, Aaron got paid.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, you did. You got the advance.
I'm pretty sure I'm the poorest person in the party right now.
That is also
Not only
valid.
do you have no money, you're also in debt, technically,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you owe them
I owe
basically
them
13.
3. Yeah.
Well, because they're going to give you the 10. they're
And
gonna
there's
pay.
one called kleptomaniac. I don't know why
How
I
did
wasn't
you
doing.
not have
How was I
that
not
one?
doing that one?
Which one is that? A nature?
Nature, because I have hustler and it's never come up.
Right. You don't really hustle people.
I know.
No,
I tried
you
a
are
couple
more
times.
Of a klepto
You're
than
definitely
anything
a
else.
kleptomaniac.
Absolutely.
So
you
that's
need to
going to be
change that.
changing.
All right. So Lucius is embracing his true calling as a kleptomaniac.
Apparently,
And
yeah.
you are definitely a kleptomaniac.
That sounds about right.
It's
Where-
a true kleptomaniac doesn't always steal.
meanwhile,
But
if
you try.
if Artemis's nature is an arsonist, I don't know what it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
I
you are a
would agree with that.
perfectionist. You
100%
might want to
agree
switch
with that.
over.
You
Yeah.
burn
Perfection's
everything
been
down.
nothing.
You have literally
Every session.
every session
Yep.
burned something down.
I should have taken generous.
Yeah.
Generous. Well, the other thing too is, remember, like, you can set up. I mean, it's kind of like metagaming, the narrative element. Like, if you have an idea of what next session is going to be about,
Right.
and then you can change your
Mm,
nature
We are going to be battling,
if
but
it reflects kind of where you think you're going to be. I mean, you should respect your characters and the narrative truth of the game. You shouldn't just pick something that makes no sense. But if it's something that you sort of really want to kind of,
I really like the idea of growth in games. We talked about this in Fabula Ultima, but the idea in Root is very, very apparent.
right,
Like from
It's in
session
your
to session,
face.
you are literally changing for like nothing. And the idea that like, yeah, I was coming out. I'm the hustler. I'm going to do this, and I was like, nah, I'm growing, and what I'm seeing as my character.
growing into being a kleptomaniac.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to say,
But
but
he's been there the whole time.
the idea is that is what is your nature? My nature, literally for 4 sessions, has been this, so it should be that.
Nick, you got a shout out from Dom.
Is just kid.
Hi, buddy. Pay no attention to
Go
the
to
app.
sleep.
No,
this coming from you.
No,
Yeah.
no. My kids have the biggest FOMO you can imagine.
Oh,
If anything is going on, they
How-
won't go to sleep. It'll be 1
I
o'clock,
mean, but
2
how-
o'clock in the morning at a family party or
I
something.
know
like that.
your
They
kids
will
stay up
still-
way too late
they
for
will
them.
Stay up,
My kids stay up late. His probably stay up more late than mine.
but they also sleep in though.
Oh, mine don't sleep.
They're
in.
night owls.
Mine
They're
are
not
all like
morning
bags
owls.
under their eyes. They
Oh,
never
no.
sleep. They're awful.
So,
They're all cranky.
everybody that of course, players can make some decisions before next time we play. But next time we're going to pick up episode 5.
That's right.
Now, between
Getting
in
close to the end.
in this episode, we obviously had a couple weeks pass while the group was recovering in the woods. So I am going to be making some faction moves. I'm actually going to do that on the Discord. So if you're a member of the Patreon, you want to check us out, patreon.com/Knights of the Last Call, link in the description below. I'm going to kind of walk through the group with the sort of faction moves and maybe get some of their inputs and thoughts on what we should do. The Lizard Cult have struck back in a big way.
I mean, I'm so excited for Lizard-Cult.
I was, obviously well, I don't want to go on into a waxing philosophical about PBTA, but one of the things I like about it is, look, as a GM, of course I have things that I want to add to the story, but rather than just being able to do it whenever I want to and just railroad you, I can't. Instead, when you want something in the game and you fail that role, then it's like the ball's in my court,
Yeah,
and I get to do the thing that I want to do. And it's like, well, I wanted to bring the lizard folk into it because
I think it's so cool.
I think they're awesome.
That is
And so I
cool.
was like, oh, this is a cool opportunity.
That's so
um,
cool.
Well, the
and,
dragon egg fits.
oh,
and all
yeah,
that, like,
like,
it was
listen.
all. Yeah, it ties well together because you were looking for something super special outside of just value.
I mean,
Pretty
again,
sure a
it's
dragon egg that helps
Right.
the great
it's
worm
such.
is
It
right
feels
there.
like it fit. It feels like it was meant to be in the story in a
Right,
sense,
but it wasn't.
Yeah,
It felt
exactly.
right.
That's
It
what's
was
so cool.
completely made
Yeah.
up. No one knew that because you were even like, I don't want gold. I want something valuable. And I was
It's
like,
my
all right, what can
thrill,
I
yeah.
do here? All right.
Well played.
So, yeah. So next time we'll be going into episode 5, and remember, this series is probably going to run 6, maybe 7 episodes.
Getting
And
there,
so basically, we only have a couple
Assuming we
episodes
survive
left.
sundown.
So if you've stuck with us this long, hopefully you're enjoying Root. If you have any questions about PBTA or a move that was triggered, a decision that I made, that's what the Discord's for.
Oh yeah.
It's so that you can talk to me directly and sort of ask me like, what was I thinking? I'll pull up the video. I'll watch the video. Watch the video with you together and say I can try to walk you through what my mind was thinking, because I think that's probably the hardest part for a lot of people about PBTA is a player just rolled a 6-.
Yeah. It's like too free in a way.
And you're like, you're like, what do I do now? Right. And, I understand that you have these agendas like make the woodland seem alive, make it seem real, make it seem large and unknowable, make the vagabonds' lives adventurous and important and dangerous, and play to find out what happens. And so I've sort of built those into my kind of brain DNA, and I can just kind of, I'm constantly thinking, how does this make this, that much more exciting? Or how does this make that much more dangerous? Or, ooh, what an opportunity, or, things of that nature. So there's a process to it. So feel free to ask about that. And of course, thank you everybody who showed up tonight. Again, if historically we've probably lowered out to the viewers that are going to stick with us and watch it. So
the 20 of you that are in the thing.
At this point, it's like your wife.
I'm going to say,
it's just
I'm going to say the 30 or 35 of you that stuck around. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of this series. We're certainly having a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you showing up. Thank you to Ben, to Donnie, to Gossamer, to Save Versus, to who started this off with a tip? It wasn't Whipple.
No, it wasn't Whipple.
I forgot who kicked us off, but you're awesome too. For the tips and supports, it looks like we will not be
Dirt escapes,
and next week we will have at least one session where everybody is just going to be back in their street clothes, plain old boring. So we'll probably have a tip goal to try to get us
I can't even
ready
see sometimes like to the left
for
and right of me
for that final session
Yeah.
where maybe we can get another chance at getting everybody, including yours truly, into some sort of costume. Thank you so much. And again, if you missed it at the beginning of the stream, we had a big announcement. NightCon is coming.
What day?
Brace yourself.
August 22.
Oh yeah!
1 year from today.
We've been saying it the whole time, people. I don't know why people didn't believe us.
I'm actually excited to go back into the Discord when we're done with this session to see what people are if anybody's talking
I mean,
about
hopefully,
It's probably blown
I
up
mean,
about-
hopefully people are hype. And again, like I said, the scale and what we do with it really is going to depend on how many people are interested
Mhm.
and at what price points people are interested in. Obviously this isn't going to be like Gen Con where you have 50,000 people and you have huge economies of scale. But what I really want to deliver for the patrons or anybody else who might be interested is a fantastic gaming experience with a group of people who, quite frankly, are very, very GM focused and sort of have been trained, I guess would be the term. And when I say trained, I don't mean like by me, I mean by each other. Hell, like this game that we're playing now, Root, introduced to me by Ben.
That's what I thought.
And Fabula Ultima got brought.
Was that Pumpkin?
No, that's Ben.
Oh, Ben too?
Yeah, so
oh,
like-
wow.
So like all the games that I'm playing and I'm really excited about,
Basically, Ben is correct.
basically Ben is, oh shit, Ben is correct.
Oh, shit, Ben's right. Yeah.
Ben is right. So,
Yeah.
Again, it just shows you that my community is just as much of an influence on me as I am an influence.
Well,
on
and
them.
that's what also be really cool about NightCon for next year is it's like we're not. Yes, it's probably gonna be Pathfinder, too.
Of course, yeah.
But I mean, like, I can only imagine the variety
Oh,
of
there's gonna
games that are
be
going to be run.
The best 96 hours of RPG around.
I mean,
You're gonna need a whole storage
I think
facility to house all
right
the
now,
stuff that's
I
gonna
kind
be
of want to
there.
run tiny taverns.
Oh.
But that's a year from now. Well,
Right.
I've changed my mind 20 times, but that's
Right,
the one.
right.
I want to run something really simple and like goofy and
That's the
fun.
best, Bobby. Of 96 hours, you can run a plethora of games.
right, you can run them all.
I want to play.
Oh, he doesn't want to run.
This
He
is the
wants to
classic
play.
Bob. I don't want to play, but no, I mean, like, I want to do some fun things. I want to do some large scale things. Like,
Yeah.
if we
Ooh,
do like
can we do that
like if we did, like-
table?
if we could do like a big Dragon's Delve or Dungeon
Oh, that
Delve.
sounds so
Like
good.
if we did Northern Reaches, we could do like what they do at like in cons where it's like you have multiple
Mhm.
tables all going simultaneously, like we did with the Orc Raid and stuff like that.
Each one's a clock that has to be ticked.
Right.
Now I'm
Camdyn
already
are
getting
about
hyped.
clocks.
That sounds so sweet.
And like you could like trade players between tables and stuff like that.
I really want to do the big table,
Yeah.
like with the dungeon
So
delve.
there's there's a lot of cool ideas that we have, and I it really comes down to what's in the cards for us. But I'm going to try to get gauge interest from people. That'll give me sort of an idea, because again, I don't want to go and put a $20,000 or $15,000 deposit on something, and then 10 people show up, and I have
four
to-
of them are us.
and I have to, and I have to eat,
And Katie.
and I,
Katie.
but again, so obviously I am taking a risk with my money,
Mhm.
but I believe that this is something that I think will be fun for us, and the community has shown that this is something that I think that they're interested in, and hopefully by the time we're into next year, who knows, maybe we'll even have to turn people away because we'll reach
That'd
our
be sweet.
limit. So that would be really sweet. But again, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for tipping, supporting, subbing, liking, ringing the bell, all that stuff. And again, if you're a member of the Patreon, especially our legend and exalted members, thank you very so much. I mean, obviously, Root, we're not getting a ton of views. We got a couple awesome people who came in here and gave us some money tonight. But the main reason we're doing this is because we love playing games and we love being able to share our passion for those games with our patrons and our viewers. So
And our passion for terrorism.
turns out FBI not fake.
I mean, the reason we're even running this
Fake news.
is
Not
because,
even here.
because our patrons wanted to see us play Root.
Right,
I mean, that's the
exactly.
reason we're doing it for
Right.
you guys.
And also, too, that's the reason why we're going to have this process of only playing 6 or 7 sessions and then going into another game is because, we want to try a bunch of different games.
and everyone wants to see different
Everybody
games.
wants to see different games. So,
If you want to see a few, start complaining about it now.
I mean,
by the way, you know
there's
what's
a
funny?
big
So-
bunch of people that want to see us play that.
You know what's so funny about that? So I joined their Discord. I joined Need Games. That's what
Yeah.
I joined their Discord, and everyone's like, we are the only community, like we're the only people who call it FU.
Really?
Really?
It seems like a no-brainer.
Everyone else calls it like Fab Alt.
No,
or
it
like,
seems so
or-
easy.
Or most people just call it Fabula. They just call it Fabula. But like, I don't know if it's because everyone else goes, oh, well, that's kind of childish and immature and mean.
Oh, that's us.
abbreviate
But
everything.
that's 100% us. But it's like
Yeah.
also, it's like, how
Hey,
would you?
Nick, a few?
Oh well, no, we were saying like if
I mean, every game gets abbreviated.
we were
Every
talking about
one
in the
of
chat
them.
about like good thing that,
PF2,
we were saying
D&D.
good thing there's not a Fabula Ultima Society, FU Society.
FU.
FU too.
Then they would just call it fuss.
Yeah,
that's
the
what they would.
fuss.
It
That's what
probably
they would
would be
call it,
fuss.
Make fuss.
I'm gonna go make a fuss.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we look forward to sharing our stories and with you, and we look forward to planning this con with you. So definitely stay tuned. Well, I'm sure I'll give you more information as more information becomes available to me. In the meantime, thank you to my awesome and amazing players. Thank you to you all for watching, and we'll see you next time on Knights of Last Call. Bye, everybody. Peace.